Okay, and now we is going to. Oh right, he doesn't even have my fucking Discord. How am I supposed to do that? Okay, and now we're gonna start El Tekken. El Tekken. Jeez, I have 800 hours in this. And I ended up in that beer. Okay. Wait, is everything recording? Okay, let me see. Hello. Okay, okay, everything's showing up.
Welcome to the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7, Julia Chang. Sergey Dragunov. Get ready for the next battle.
Bro, Julia is always super fine. Why? I could do this as an infinite. What's going on here? Oh. Alright. Thank you, Meek. I don't know if he... Is he here? Yeah, I wish there was a way to direct message on here. Okay, I got the money from Meek. Alright, so that's 80 bucks. Gotta wait for the other guys now. Nope, no, no. Oh. Wait, how do I even like that? How do I like that? I didn't know DF2 was, wow, DF2 was minus 12. That was minus 13. I mean, that's why Fear kept launching me. Oh, sorry, Prince. That's launch? Oh, wait, hold on. What's going on? I just saw a notification for Cash App and it just... Okay. Little boy. Isn't there a transition into that? Oh. Okay. Nope, right. Hey. Oh, fucked up. Oh my god, it's so weird trying to reincorporate my index finger because that shit is just awkward. Damn it. Oh, fuck. Okay. Nope. I only have like time for like 1 set and I have to get ready
To the King of Iron Fist Tournament 7,
for the
Julia Chang.
interview.
New challenger. Get ready for the next battle.
Okay, here goes.
Round 1. Fight. Round 2. Fight.
Damn it.
KO. Round 3. Fight.
I don't want to do hop kick.
KO. Round 4. Fight. KO.
Thank you, spirits.
I could do one more. I could do one more. Whatever. I knew I wanted to stay. But at this point, we gotta get ready for the interview. Okay. Wait, actually, we'll leave it right there. Open up Discord. Here. Meow, meow. Okay. Actually, let me. Okay, we're getting ready very, very soon. Just vibing to the music. Gonna have to give me a second, y'all. You know what? We'll just change it to. We're just gonna change it right here. Bam. Hey, little boy. What? Why are you giving me those puppy eyes? And we gave you 2 showers today. No, we gave you a shower earlier in the week and one today, and we didn't. And Brandon didn't know that you already took a shower. Oh, good. Okay. Okay, I see you. Give me a second. Alright. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna send a tweet out right now that we're ready. Okay. What? Okay, give me a second, give me a second. We are live right now. Okay, miss. Alright. Alright. Just. Okay, sorry about that. Okay. And let's start. Yo.
Buffoon, hello, sir.
Hello, EVAC.
How are you?
I am doing all right. I'm just got everything ready. Got the Tony Hawk menu music playing in the background right now. It's just a little ambient sound.
Perfect, perfect. I'm actually trying to get the host up and running as we speak. I just got the computer back, and I'm making sure that everything is running perfectly fine. Cause I might try and stream tonight, but who knows? We're gonna see. I need to run some tests first to make sure that everything's running without a hitch.
All right.
Important.
Let me get the audio levels to the same as mine, and let me change. Okay, this is fine. That's fine. Say something.
Hello.
Yep, that's you.
All right. Cool.
All right. So.
Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think everything's working on my end. Recording everything. I already sent the word out that we're live with the interview.
Perfect.
All right.
Perfection.
All right. So I think introductions are important right now. My name is Damian Ordonez. I go by Buffoon. In the Tekken chat, I'm currently a Feng main. I'm currently trying to get ready for Summer Jam. I hope to whoop some ass, but you never know. And this is, you may introduce yourself now.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nick. Nick DiTori. Please don't call me by Nicholas. It makes me feel like I'm in trouble. And my name is also called the EVAC, aka EVAC. I'm a Claudio main for about 5 years now, ever since the start. So we are. I'm not going to Summer Jam, but I will see everyone at Evo. So I'm going for the big one.
Yeah, I was actually debating on what majors I was gonna go to this year, mainly because, you know, I talked to like Joey about it, like Joey Fury. He said that like this is this is probably gonna be the last Evo before Tekken's 8 reveal, and he figured that it would be a good experience. But I was like, I don't got the money for that.
Yeah, I mean, thankfully I was able to pool a little bit together, and well, I mean, due to a bunch of other factors, I got some comped rooms and things of that nature, so it actually helped me out with getting some of the rooms for Vegas. So, I was very lucky with a lot of that stuff.
Wait, have you been to Evo before? Hello? Oh, don't tell me that it died already. Wait, hold on. Let me check on Discord. Hold on. I don't hear you. Check mic settings. Alright, sorry for minor technical difficulties.
Hello, can you hear me?
I hear you. I think you accidentally muted yourself.
I might have. That might have been me. So where was I?
Well, I don't know. I just asked, have you been to Evo before?
So let me go back. So yeah, I'm not going to Summer Jam, right? That's the one thing I can't do.
Okay.
Because it's just too soon, and I don't have a lot of like time off from work, from my day job. So until I get that, but Evo I'm definitely going to 100%. And Evo is one of my most anticipated tournaments to go to, because I love I just love how it feels more like a convention rather than just a tournament. And then on top of that, you also get your announcements there, and hopefully we get some sort of like a crumb of Tekken 8. I'll take a title drop, man. I'll take anything. I'm trying to at least get a little bit of hype going. But a little bit more of Street Fighter 6 would be great too, because I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. Maybe even some Dungeon Fighter like DLC drops, anything. I'm looking forward, and I am very excited to what's going to happen this year at Evo.
Yeah, a lot of the most hype announcements happen like at Evo. Like I remember, yeah, I don't know if you ever saw this video of like I think Evo 2017 when they announced Geese Howard for.
Oh, I was there.
You were you were at Evo?
I was there at Evo when they announced Geese Howard. I was so hype, I choked my friend out.
Wait, who?
So, it was actually a personal friend that I brought with me because they've never been to Evo, right? And they're not super huge on fighting games like us, but they love Smash, right? And so they were like, we're gonna come for Smash because and we want to go to Evo, and we want to go to Vegas, and so I was like, okay, sure, like this is the best one to go to, because it's more of just like, it's not just a vacation, it's not just a tournament, it's also like a vacation if you think about it, right? So for a casual aspect, this is a big deal. Like, you definitely want to go. So I was sitting next to him, and Geese Howard got announced with the gates opening up, and I was just like, wait a second, there's no way. And then they showed Geese Howard in Tekken 7, and I like grabbed my friend's collar. I was like, Geese Howard! So
Jesus.
it was insane. I loved it. I was so hyped. I basically pulled a Tasty Steve. Yeah.
I could picture that. Oh gosh.
Yeah, it was great. I haven't gotten that hyped since for a lot of other things, but that was definitely one of the hypest moments by far. It was electric, that room. I don't think Geese Howard generates a lot of hype, and that was 100% worth it.
All right. Thank you, Yada, for the follow. Thank you. Man, I honestly, man, I never really thought it was in my cards to like travel to events like that prior to the pandemic. It's weird. Like I became more involved in the fighting game community like during the pandemic era. That's my first one. My first major was NEC 2021.
So, funny enough, the first major I actually went to was Evo 2017. And then the next tournament that I went to afterwards was Defend the North 2017. So I started really like that was when I met up with Onijin, and then Onijin told me about Next Level. So that's kind of where everything kind of started, and the spiral started, and the uphill started to happen for me, because I was just like, oh wait, there's a local for Tekken. Oh wait, it's like, that's in Brooklyn, that's not that far away, I could do that, and then that's how things started, like the ball started rolling, and now 5 years later, here we are.
Wait, actually, now that you talked about finding out all this, like, wait, so can you tell me like about your first NYC Tekken tournament or monthly?
The NYC Tekken tournament, or like the NLBC tournaments?
NYC Tekken, because that's where we both met.
Right. So my first, I think the first NYC Tekken, when Helst officially like took the mantle of it, we were still kind of, I think that was back when we were still doing it in iFix Machine. And then I started as soon as they started doing like the strict Tekken monthlies. I was there for the first one, because they started doing it on days where I was able to go. Well, actually, no, I took off that day because I was still working at my retail job before this. Nowadays, since I've been working at my new warehouse job, I have weekends off, so I could go anytime, anywhere, no matter what, which is fantastic. But at the time, I was still taking those days off specifically because I was penciling in on my schedule. I was like, do not put me on this day because I want to go play Tekken. So the first, I don't remember how long ago it was. I think it was like 3 years ago. You were doing it at iFix Machine, and then iFix Machine closed down, and then we were kind of lost for a while. And then we hit Next Level. And from that point forward, it's been nothing but history. But I mean, the first one that I went to, it was small. It was very small. I think there was like 15 people max. It wasn't anything crazy. But it was always like Bloodhawk and Reno, and all of them were always battling out for top 8 and top 3. And then Stride came in, I think, a little bit later from the first iFix. I'm not entirely too sure on that, but for the most part, like, there's a lot of like, looking back on it to now, there is so much progression between everyone at the scene, and I'm like, wow, I'm not going 0-2 anymore. Like, I remember back in the day, I would get bodied. I don't remember how to play this game.
Man. Oh man, I remember like I think my first NYC Tekken tournament was actually like over a year ago. Yeah, like I was coming from like my trip to Atlanta, me and my brother went to Atlanta to 4-4 Esports for a just a mini vacation. Like my semester was ending. There was a lot of exhaustion over the prior year, like because of the how stressful the fucking pandemic has been. So
Right.
when we got our vaccines, we got like everything was opening up, even locals started opening up. I was like, I actually want to take this opportunity and just like travel. And I was able to go to 4-4, and then I got the competitive itch. And that's when I found out about NYC Tekken, because their 4-4 Esports and NYC Tekken are mutuals. And I think they 4-4 retweeted some NYC Tekken like Smash GG. Well, now they're
Right.
they're now called Start GG, but that's
Right.
yeah. Anyway, my first tournament was in June. Sorry. Yeah, it was in June. No, it was May. Shit. Sorry.
It happens, trust me.
Yeah. So, if I remember correctly, like I was there very early. Like I'm a very punctual gamer. Like I was there around 12. Nobody was there. Well, actually, no. There was Run It Back Eddie when he was still here. There was Vesper. There was Helse, of course. There was Kenny.
Right.
Yeah, and everybody was there. Like nobody knew who I was. Like, I mean, I was like a monster in the chat. Like I was Tekken chat famous at that point.
You gotta start somewhere, right?
Yeah, and I was there, and I told them my names, and they recognized my username, and they also were surprised by my by the controller I used, like the Thumb Pro. Wait, have you seen it?
I don't know if I have seen your controller. What is the Thumb Pro? What does this look like?
Oh, well, if you look, let me look for it on Twitter. I'm not. Hold on. Let me switch the scenes because I follow.
Oh, is that's the one with the D-pad?
Yeah.
And the buttons?
Yes. I'm. Let me pull it up on Twitter because
Yeah.
Yeah. I follow certain people on Twitter, and I don't want that. I don't want that shared.
Oh no. We don't need that. Trust me. I know the same thing.
Yeah. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you see it on stream, but like I have it posted on the stream on my stream right now. That's my Thumb Pro.
That's very interesting. The mic. Wow, we got the whole 9 yards on this one.
Yes.
Oh, but I love the Gundam up top though.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got
That gets-
Nirvana. I got 60s. Wanda and Cosmo. Tyler the Creator. The Rugrats. Ice Cube.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I can see this. That's cool. So
Yeah.
that's why. Yeah, and then how does that feel though?
Oh man, it feels amazing. But I'm not gonna lie, it's very tedious to maintain. It's very much one of a kind controller. It's so this D-pad housing right here that I'm circling over, that thing costs like $40 to replace every time I break it, and I had to learn to repair it. I had to learn how to maintain it and do all that just so I could save some money. But once you learn these skills, it's actually very doable to maintain and take care of it for years on end. Like
Right.
I only ever had to replace it once, because like I was able to repair the old D-pad housing. Yeah, but like outside of like this is like it runs on a Brook Universal Fighting board, has a the UP5 add-on that makes it work on PlayStation 5. I haven't been able to get a PS5 yet, but I'm assuming like fighting games will be on PS5 eventually. And
Oh yeah. Well.
yeah, and
there's a few, but they're not exactly like. So wait, you would need a converter for that, or
no. So it's a Brook Universal board with
Right.
the PCB add-on, so I could just plug it in and it will work on natively on PS5. Like it's not.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's super cool.
yeah, and I did that for my Mixbox as well. And I don't know if you see this little post-it right here. It's a little
Mm-hmm.
post-it of things I've written for NEC 2021, and I've written it to keep myself focused in the middle of the game.
That's smart.
Yeah,
That's super smart.
yeah, like don't let up equals aggression. Be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Be cool means calm down. It's hidden right here, but it's like take 3 deep breaths, and I right here I wrote do it for mom, dad, and all of them.
That's amazing. See, I love stuff like that. That's cool.
Yeah.
Because I mean, for me, the only thing that keeps me, what I do when I play in my games, and what keeps me like grounded is usually I listen to music. I make playlists. That's why you always see me with like headphones or headsets on whenever I play, and depending on the music is usually what keeps me in check, and that's how I play most of the time. Um, so it's nice to see like how other people kind of focus or like level themselves out in the middle of games, and that's super cool.
Yeah.
If I had a stick, I'd probably do something like that.
Yeah, like it helps. Definitely helped me during NEC, even though I went 0 and 2.
Hey, listen,
We
we
all
all
got
have our humbled beginnings.
Yeah.
It happens. I was doing I was doing the 0 and 2 for like 2 to 3 years. I was going 0 and 2 for a very, very long time, especially when it wasn't just because back in the day, Tekken 7 used to be a part of NLBC, like where they had DBZF and Street Fighter all under the same roof at the same time, right? So we didn't have a lot of people coming out to those either. We had like 8 to 10 people, and if you weren't good or if you didn't know, you were just getting bodied, and that was it. Like that was pretty much it. So I was just showing up because I love the game and I just want to learn and play more games. So I would I would go 0 and 2, and then I just play casuals the whole time because I had nothing else to do and I wanted to see who would win. So it was one of those things like, yeah, I get it. I understand the whole 0 and 2. Yeah, it's rough, but it's going to happen, and eventually the more you play, you're going to learn.
Yeah.
And I was just like the way I classify it is I'm a Super Saiyan, right? Super Saiyan's got to get beat first before they get good and go to Super Saiyan and learn all these forms. So that's how I picture it. It's just like I got to get my ass beat before I start getting better at the game. And it's been working. It's been working very well.
Oh man, like I honestly like I started competing Tekken 7 last year. I had like most tournaments, like I haven't even been able to like fully participate in because I always had to leave early. Like yeah, so I wouldn't even know if I went 0 and 2 or 1 and 2. Like some of the few tournaments that I was able to stay for the whole time, you know, I would get at least 2-1, you know.
Yeah,
which
exactly.
Which is better than nothing. And like it took like I want to say like I don't know, and up until like maybe like last month that I just decided I'm just gonna focus on learning and using all these brackets as a means to learn, because like I was constantly getting heartbroken. And it's like I'm going against fucking monsters, bro. We're going against monsters like Be Rich, Reno, Fear. All those guys are just monsters and nerds at the game.
It's true, but the thing is too is just like the thing is like what I've realized after, because I played, I wanted to get competitive in Tekken 7 the moment it came out, right? I was, because my humble beginnings, I should say, is I was a Street Fighter player. I loved Street Fighter. I was a Capcom fanboy, like, but I mean, I wouldn't say a Capcom fanboy, right? I was a fighting game fanboy. I played everything from King of Fighters to Tekken, you named it, right? I had it. So, but the game that I was competing in or wanted to compete in was Street Fighter, right? But then Street Fighter 5 came out, and I tried. I tried so hard to love it. I tried so hard to be like, you know what, this is the game that I really want to play, and it never clicked. It never worked. And so I jumped the ship and went to Tekken 7 because I was like, well, if I'm not going to play Street Fighter 5, I'm going to play Tekken 7 because this game looks amazing and I really want to play it. So the moment I played... the moment I started playing Tekken 7 was... you would just get bodied. And I was playing it from, like, the beginning. I remember back in the day... they did something at New York Comic Con, right? They had a whole big booth. Like, you know how Mishima Dojo looks with the giant Buddha statue in the background?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had that at the show floor of Tekken 7, right? And it was just consoles everywhere. They had something called Play Against a Pro. It was a first to one against a pro of your choice, right?
Mm.
Well, not a pro of your choice, just whoever was sitting up there. And if you beat the pro, you would get like Astros or something. You get like a gift, right? But no one would be able to beat him. So I played against Reno. I played against Reno, and I got mollywopped.
Wait, what?
I got destroyed.
Oh.
I was free. I was like, yeah, mollywopped, all meaning like it was. I don't even think I took a round off of him. Kind of like destroyed, right? So from that point, I was just like, damn. But even though I got destroyed, that was really fun. I want to play more. And so from like, it was just like, even if you like, if the game feels good, and if you don't like playing how could I put this? If you don't like playing the game even when you lose, something's wrong. You should probably change out, right? If you like the game that you're playing, even when you're losing, that's how you know, right? And so when I started going up against Bloodhawk and Dancer and all of the heavyweights of the Tekken scene, I'm sitting here like, wow, I'm just getting destroyed. You start to learn and you start to remember, like, wait, the game's still fun though, right? Like, am I still having fun, or am I just getting, even if I get destroyed? And, that's the importance of it. It's not just about the competitive level. But the other thing is too, is like, even if you get destroyed, there's still something you can learn from that. Something you could pick up. Like, maybe you did something right, maybe you punished something correctly, or maybe you put them into a situation where, like, maybe a setup worked, or whatever, right? There's always something you can learn from even getting 6-0'd. There's always something you can pick up. And slowly but surely, that's been helping me over the years.
Yeah. As somewhat like Pepper Beef told me, L's are for learning, not losing.
Yeah, and the funniest thing is, I've said that to myself very often.
Yeah.
I've told myself time and time again, every L is a learning every L is a learning lesson.
Yeah. Oh man, that helps so much with my mentality in this game. It keeps everything perspective. Yeah,
it helps you. It honestly helps from tilt. Because, like, sometimes there are situations where I'm like, this game is rough. And I'm just saying, and yeah, you feel like yourself, like you're tilt queuing because you're playing ranked and you're pissed off and you're just like, you know what? But learning, especially at the beginning when you take those 0-2s, you're like, F this game, I don't want to play it. And you're throwing sticks and throwing pads and doing whatever. Like, yeah, we don't want that. So
yeah, I can't afford to break them shits.
No, neither can I. I think I tossed one controller in my life, and that was the end of it.
Yeah, like if I was a pad player before then, so I only had bought one and bought one pad, and if I broke it, I would not be able to play for like, I don't know, 6 months.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Luckily, I got myself, some like 2 of the best controllers I've ever played on, that helped like build. One of them I helped build, and the other one I'm beta testing. Right. Yeah.
That's awesome. Because for me, I mean, I bought the Battle Beavers. I bought a Battle Beavers custom controller, right? Because I would always whittle out the left, because I'm an analog player, right? And everyone,
Oh, you are?
yeah, I'm an analog player. See, that's the exact reaction I get every time I say I'm an analog player. So everyone says that, right? Like, EVAC, you're an analog player? And I'm like, yes, I'm an analog player. I don't use the D-pad. So on all of my controllers that I would buy, my left analog stick would just be a nub. It would just be whittled down to like nothing, to like basically the stick underneath. And I was just like, I'm so tired of this. Because it hurts. It's not like it's like, you know, comfortable to play like that. It hurts. So because it hurts so much, I was like, I need something that's going to stay. And so I bought the Battle Beavers controller with a couple of extra bells and whistles, but they had a chrome-plated analog stick. So now, that analog stick will never whittle down, ever. And it's comfortable, too. It's not like it hurts. It's pretty comfortable to play with. So now I'm like, it cost me a pretty penny, but I've been using this for 5 years. And it still works perfectly. So I make sure to treat this with extra care because I don't want it to break.
Oh, I feel you. I don't like it when my controllers break down. Like I take very like over the years I developed a very meticulous cleaning routine for my controllers. Like I had to buy fucking like isopropyl alcohol for my controllers, Q-tips. I had hell, I even had to get WD-40 for some of my controllers. Get that. What is it? Is that Flex Shot thick rubber adhesive sealant. I had to get Shinetsu grease. I had to get like tool like screwdriver kits. I had to get a pry tool. I had to get a whole bunch of shit in order to maintain my controllers. And I'm not gonna lie, at the beginning it was annoying. Like I didn't know what I signed up for. I thought it would just be plug and play and that's it. But
Right.
yeah, but over time I grew to appreciate and enjoy the maintenance process of my controllers because it's part of my routine, and at times it's relaxing. Even taking part of controller modifications myself, like this mix box I built. Hold on, let me pull it up, and let me switch scenes because I don't want that shit on Twitter being seen.
Oh, all the yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me just. I have it somewhere in my mentions, not my mentions, in one of my. Oh, there it is. There we go. And hold on. Oh wait, no. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so this is my mix box that I built with Game and Bros. Yeah.
Oh, what? That's awesome.
Yeah. So it's a wooden controller case. Game and Bros made it. And by the way, Game and Bros made Commander's hitbox.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so this is his work. So shout out to Game and Bros. That guy does beautiful work. He built the case for me, and I told him what I wanted. I wanted a Vuelix layout, but I also wanted an extra inch gap between the hole for the movement. You know, for the
Keys?
not keys. Like it's this hole the size for a Sanwa stick.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, and I put Samitsu buttons. Those are not not the same as Sanwa. Samitsus have a like more like I would say double or triple the actuation force of a Sanwa. They also, last longer. They're a little more expensive, but they're super good to play on. Like, let me show you. Like, and they also sound really good. Listen. I have it right here.
Oh, what? Oh, that sounds amazing. So that sounds quiet almost.
Yeah, well, it also helps that like the wood dampens the sound a little.
Right.
Yeah, and this
But that's definitely cool.
yeah, it feels good too. And this is like the keys, like the air like the Mixbox module they have here. It's called the Cardi mod.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a mod that you could attach like Sanwa pins into your Brook USB. So this is what it sounds like.
Oh, I can't even hear them. Hold on. You're gonna have to like.
Okay.
Eh. Wow, they must be really good then. I still can't hear them. So they must be. Does that mean like they're super quiet then? Because I know there's like the big thing, right, with stuff like this where, whatchamacallit, where like a lot of people are like, oh, I know you're gonna hit a button, or even I use this from time to time, where, people are like, I know you're gonna hit a button or I know you're gonna do something because you're making so much noise on your stick. So a lot of people are big into like silent buttons because of the sheer fact of like, well, if it's quiet, my opponent can't hear it. If my opponent can't hear it, they don't know I'm gonna hit something.
Yeah, I think Core Videos made a video on that subject. Like, you either want buttons that you don't want your opponent to hear, or you want buttons so loud that you can fake them out with your fake button presses.
Yeah, that's the other thing too.
Yeah.
So it's just like now it's a war of noise, and it's very interesting.
Yeah, honestly, like I never really thought much of the button noise, but then I've come to the conclusion that like if it's something that my opponent can take into account to defeat me, I'm just taking away that advantage.
Yeah, exactly. It's important.
Yeah, so I just like, I mean, they're relatively quiet. The relatively quiet buttons, they feel really good, and they also just feel nice to the touch. They're very like flat. They're very flat buttons. They're also come in a variety of colors, and
Right.
and the buttons I use on my little Mixbox like attachment to Cardi Mod right here, I use Cherry MX black switches. Those are switches that are linear, so there's no clicking noise, so you could just press it and it just goes through. Also heavy, it's the heaviest linear switches you can get, which I think it takes like 60 grams of force.
Wow.
Like I think that's like, so like I think that's like 3 or 4 quarters you could until it like activates.
Oh, that's interesting. So you have it like, so you have to really press on it in order to like make it work.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like over time, like the springs wear out and it's like the force becomes less and less to activate
Right,
it.
of course.
But like it feels nice. Like when I'm using like other kinds of linear switches, they wear out too fast and it's just not accurate. Like I have like it gets to the point where it feels like a Sanwa button, and I don't like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so I just got the heaviest ones, and like
That was rough.
yeah. So I just got the heaviest linear switches, and so far they've done well for me. I feel like I press the buttons, and like I could rest my fingers on top of them without having the fear of an accidental input.
Or like breaking them.
Yeah, it's very fun. Oh,
I know that there's a lot of people who are like trying to like mash buttons and then they like break the springs or do something crazy. Like
Yeah.
it's
yeah.
sticks for me. So I like, as much as I love playing in arcades, I can't do sticks. And I can't really do like keys either. Keys for movement is rough. So like all of the mix boxes, the hit boxes, and arcade sticks are they just don't feel comfortable for me. But I'll sit down and play at an arcade cabinet, and I'll love it. I'll love every second of it. But I just can't do like for like Tekken, if I'm trying to play competitively. Nah, I need a pad. I need an analog stick, because that's just what I'm the most comfortable with. Because I've been using analog since PS2. So it's just like, it's so ingrained from childhood to now that I can't really see any other way of any other form right?
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Oh no, I feel you. I feel you. Um, I'd say around season 3, I was really like wanting to expand my horizons and what I want to play on. Like
Mm-hmm.
the Thumb Pro controller that I have was like my dream controller. Like I loved the arcade button layout because it was big, it was wide, enough room for me to just rest my hands on. Like when I'm playing on a pad, to me it feels too cramped, and it also like how do I say I feel like I'm pinching something in my right shoulder. Like when I'm slouching or whatever or something, it just doesn't feel right. Like my right shoulder doesn't. I don't like that. So
Right.
so when I have like a oh sorry, when I have like a big controller, I could just put my hands on it, rest on it, and like my shoulders are lifted up, and it's like that pressure is like off my shoulders.
Right. Right. That makes sense.
Yeah,
That's fair.
yeah. So I
It's
gotta
just like
yeah, and I
for
could
me when I'm playing, like it's just usually I just like that little. I like my thumbs to do all the work, but that's why I made it a PS4 pad because I really like the way the PS4 pad feels because I have like long fingers, right? So the thing is that with my fingers, I like to like cover all the buttons with them, but on an Xbox pad, for instance, I dislike using Xbox pads because I feel like it's too bulky. The PS4 pads kind of like, I can grip it with one hand and not worry about like dropping it or anything, and it just feels comfortable. So really, it comes down to like how you're how you're comfortable with what you use. So,
yeah.
if that's comfortable for you, then that's perfectly fine. For me, a pad is comfortable. I know there's people out there who use hitboxes. I've seen people who are so stuck and they just want to use a PS2 pad. Like there's a lot of different.
Yeah.
Comfort is a very big thing, right? And so when a lot of people are like, EVAC, do you play? It's just like, what would you recommend for someone who's starting out? Do you recommend an arcade stick? Do you recommend? I'm like, whoa, hold up. What do you like first? And secondly, it goes off of comfortability. Don't start buying $300 sticks because you're like, oh, I'm gonna do so much better, and then you lose 50 games in a row, and then blame the stick, or blame whatever. No, just take your time with it, right? If you really want to learn how to play stick, then play stick. If it's not comfortable, don't use it. Find something else. There's a ton of other options out there now.
Comfort and fun are the two biggest things people need to keep in mind when there's picking controllers, because you have
100%.
you got like a lot of players like Anakin, like is top 8 Evo finalist, and he made it to that level on pad. You don't really need to like I personally don't think you need to think that hard about what you want to play on, because like
Right, because you really don't, right? The controller is a tool, right?
Yeah.
Think of it like, what is your preferred tool for the job, right? Do you want to, is this like, you could get a hammer, you could get a drill, you could get whatever you want. You just make sure that you're comfortable with it, right? Some people like to do it the old fashioned way. Some people like the new and modern ways. That's fine. Pick what you like. Be comfortable with it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew people who are, younger than me who enjoy playing on stick more than like pad or anything like that. So like a controller like that is not going away. But I think nowadays people need to have to consider their health and like their ergonomics of the controller more than ever, because you have people like fucking up like their like carpal tunnel, like they have under their wrist. Yeah, getting carpal tunnel syndrome or cubital tunnel syndrome, which is like the cubital tunnel syndrome is like that bunch of nerves that you have like in your elbow, and those nerves like connect to like your pinky, ring finger, and like half of your middle finger, while the carpal tunnel is a bunch of nerves under your wrist that connects to your thumb, your index, and the other half of your middle finger. Yeah, anyway, you gotta take care of those things, because you know, if you damage it, you're not even gonna be able to comfortably play the games you love.
Right. It also affects you in life too.
Yeah.
It's very big stuff. See, that's and that's why I started wearing the gloves,
Oh,
because these are
the carpal tunnel
these
gloves.
these are compression gloves, right?
Mm.
Because so they keep the blood flowing through my wrists and my fingers. So because for longer sessions, right? When I'm playing like on stream, or when I'm playing in tournaments and casuals and all this stuff, my hands will hurt a lot. And it sometimes takes like a day or two to like fully recover from it. And while wearing the compression gloves when I play, they stopped completely. It's been a game changer. Like, I'm able to play for like hours on end with no issues and no problems. So I was just like, I laughed at people who were like, it was funny because I started laughing at people who was like, why do you wear gloves? Like, what's with the glove tech? And now I'm sitting here like, damn, glove tech is actually kind of the move.
Yeah, honestly, I talked to some people, and people told me, like, the ones that do wear the gloves, I didn't know they were wearing gloves that were really compression arthritis kind of gloves. Like, I thought they were just, I thought their hands were just cold, you know, which is another reason why people play with those things on. Like, I even saw like who's that Smash player? Like, it's not Hungry Box, it's he wears Armada. Armada
Oh
has,
yes, it's Armada. I was about to say, was it Mewtwo King or Armada? Yeah,
yeah.
probably Armada.
Yeah, Armada. I remember watching him with like fucking like hand warmers in his pocket, and he would keep his hands warm so that he could play. And like keeping your hands warm and taking care of your, you know, these little bunches of nerves really does help people play longer and like have a longer career. Like I don't know, like I think Knee has wrist issues because he's always playing on stick. And it's like I'm kind of glad I never went that route, because I don't want to deal with that when I'm like 29, 30. I want to, like, I'm going to be working on a computer. Like, I don't want to fuck up my wrists.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Is it's like with my job now, I work on the computer pretty much all day, and if you must know how it works, how my job works, at the end of the day, right? The end of like the last 2 hours of my day is all Control C, Control V. So it's pinky on the control, right? Pinky on control and thumb on the C. And I'm not talking like, this isn't like a keyboard. This is like a regular ass keyboard. So they're far apart. So, because like on the gaming keyboard, it will squish things together and make things a little bit more comfortable so that you don't have to do that. But on a regular keyboard, they're not squished together, because they now have, like, you have this whole room and they have to fill that space on the keyboard. So now it's my pinky's on the control and I'm stretching, constantly stretching for 2 hours. C, V, C, V, C, V. And at the end of it, it hurts. My left hand, I am telling you, will kill me. And so, again, I started bringing the gloves to work. I started bringing the gloves everywhere, just in case. I'm like, if I'm playing games, I'm bringing the gloves with me. And that is it. That's the bottom line.
I probably should get myself some arthritis gloves.
Probably. You know what? It's honestly, they weren't expensive, number one. And then number two, they work like a charm. They're really good. And I'm like, even I started noticing like the difference. So could it be like I'm working the muscle and, you know, it's like it's getting stronger like per day? Maybe. But at the same token, if I wear the gloves, I don't have to worry about, like, I'm at this point I'm just preventing it from happening, and I'd rather take that more than anything.
Yeah, preventative measures definitely help. I'm glad that like also like doing like hand stretches, doing like,
Oh, big, huge.
oh yeah, cuz like especially on Mixbox, like for me, I have to stretch my index, middle, and ring finger and make, because that's going to be doing a majority of the button pressing. Like when I'm doing on pad, I gotta stretch my thumb out. Gotta make sure that everything's like okay, so that I can play, or else my shit will start cramping up.
Yep. No, it happens. It happens so often, and the hand cramps are huge. Because I've definitely had a situation where it was like my left hand was like cramping and I really couldn't move it for a minute, and I was just like, oof, okay, I need to fix this. This needs to get fixed
Yeah,
immediately.
yeah, that's one of the reasons why I started bringing like Advil and Bengay cream to the local. Like, I even like one I like House was hungover one day, and I just said I have Advil, and he's like, okay, I'll take some, because like it helps, like not just like when you're hungover, but like it also helps with inflammation. It also helps like with like obviously the pain, and I and it like works fast, so that's something that like, and also lasts like 4 hours, so that's definitely more than enough time to like for like the tournament to be over for like the day.
Yeah. Well, the thing is like I don't want to take. I wouldn't want to take meds for, especially like, so for me when it comes down to like playing and stuff, I don't like to eat until afterwards, right?
Mhm.
Like you'll always see me eat after a tournament or like after I'm out, right? After I'm out of the bracket, because I don't want like my stomach to mess me up. I don't want to take medicine because sometimes you feel like drowsy or woozy or you don't feel right. I don't want to do stuff like that that's going to like I don't want to drink too much besides like water. I don't want to start like drinking beer and then getting like, tipsy, because then you're going to start making bad decisions and whatnot. So I'm like, okay, we're just going to keep it sober, keep it straight, and I'll eat afterwards. Like that's why I usually get like something really big and filling whenever I come back. So it's a big deal. I don't like competing on like when I don't feel right. If I don't feel 100%, I'm not playing 100%.
Mhm.
That's my mindset.
Yeah, and taking care of yourself physically and mentally does help a lot with performing in brackets. Like I have to I haven't been able to exercise, because of my sprained knee, but I do plan to make a come back to the gym when I'm physically able to, because like that helps a lot with my energy levels, helps with my mood, and helps with like a lot of things that help me day to day, and I could transfer that energy over into the tournaments, and
Mm-hmm.
a good diet, a good like I've even started taking vitamins because of the Tekken player Halo. Like Halo said, like taking like, what is it? It's Nature's Bounty fish oil.
Oh, the fish oils, yeah.
Yeah, that this shit like it's a lot of omega-3 fatty acids. Helps
Mm-hmm.
helps clear the mind. Helps with hold on, what else it says? May reduce the risk of coronary heart disease.
That's good.
Yeah, it also reduces cholesterol. I also take green tea extract. I also take Vitafusion men's multivitamins. You know, one thing that makes taking vitamins easier is like getting them gummy vitamins, because it's a nice way to start the morning with something sweet.
Yeah. It's a good. It's
Hack.
definitely a good thing. It makes you feel like you're almost like cheating, almost like you're having candy, but it's actually healthy for you. So it's definitely a good idea. See, a lot of people are like, well, esports athletes aren't athletes. Like all of these people aren't athletes. No, the hell we are. We have to make sure that we're okay mentally, physically, because if we're not at 100%, if we're not taking our vitamins, if we're not eating properly, or anything of this sort, we're not playing 100%. Like you have to take your health into consideration for anything.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to compete at something, you 100% need to make sure that you're at your tip-top shape.
You know what that reminds me? You know, we're talking all this health shit, but like I know I would eat a chopped cheese and a monster before breakfast. I know I would. I've done it before.
Sure. I'd probably listen. I will demolish a stack of pancakes, a stack of chocolate chip pancakes, and some coffee. Or well, I mean, I guess that's not necessarily the worst thing you could eat, but like, I could have a lot. I mean, I've had 4 stacks to 5 stacks of pancakes a day, and I am like, woof.
Oh, you can't do that.
That's a lot.
You can't do that.
No, I can't do that if I'm trying to go. If I'm trying to go play in a fighting game, and I just killed like the Luxor stack, which is like by the way, which is great. This is a good example. The Luxor stack of pancakes is like 9 pancakes stacked on top of each other to look like a pyramid.
Okay.
I have demolished that. I ate the whole thing in one sitting, mind you. So try and eat that, then go play EVO after 3 cups of coffee.
Oh.
I was just like, that was the worst idea I've ever done in my life. I will never do that again. So I was like falling asleep halfway through because I was in a food coma.
Oh, the itis. The itis.
The itis. I thought, like, you know what? The walk over from Luxor to Mandalay Bay will, like, help me. I'll, like, burn off some of the calories. No. Not even close. So, yeah, don't eat gigantic meals either. Like, eat healthy. It's
like,
important.
Yeah, I mean, like, if
you want to eat a big meal, eat it afterwards. You know.
Yeah. And it's like you don't even like you could just get like a Nature Valley bar or like a bottle of water. Or
something like that.
Or green tea, or maybe eat like a medium-sized salad. Like a salad is not that heavy on your stomach.
No, not at all.
It's filling, or you can have soup. There's a lot of things you could do to fill your stomach up so that you're not on an empty stomach. Like my mood is fucked up on an empty stomach, so that's why I eat like. So like I always have like like a Nutri-Grain bar and like a bunch of water on deck so that I could like chug, like eat it and chug while I'm in tournament.
Yeah, it's definitely a thing. And you know what, in all fairness too, you want to you also want to make sure that oh geez, I lost my train of thought. You also want to make sure, like, if you're gonna eat something. Don't eat to like be super full, right? Because the moment you do that is like you're gonna get the itis, right? You're gonna like fall asleep. Because I've had that too many times where I have like ate until I have like no more room and I am just like ugh, and then that's how you get like stomach aches. That's how you get drowsy. It's just stuff like that will happen. So eat light. Play through your bracket, right? Brackets don't usually last that long. They usually last about an hour to an hour and a half, maybe sometimes even 2 hours, depending if you can make it through. And then after you're done, then go get something big. You don't have to worry. You can play tomorrow, right?
God, that reminds me. I signed up for 3 games for Summer Jam, so I'm gonna have.
Good luck.
Oh God, I am. I'm probably gonna have to eat a giant breakfast.
Yeah, you're gonna be going for a while.
Yeah, because I'm playing fucking like not just Tekken, which is like a stressful game, but also like a Multi Blood Type Lumen and Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. So. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta start that shit soon.
Yeah, no, that's a big training exercise.
I've been I've been mostly just preparing for the Tekken tournament, which I'm looking forward to. I hope I can make it out. I still haven't gotten word back on who could like carpool with me.
Yeah, I hope you get someone to bring you out.
Yeah.
Because I would offer, but you're in the opposite direction. Yeah, I mean, I'm coming from SI, and you're
Newark. I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, kind of hard.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it's like for multi games is rough. I've done that a few times, and I've realized that what, maybe like 2 games is I think my max. I think 2 games is plenty. 3 games is too much. Because I've done I've done 3 games. I did Tekken. I think I did Tekken, Street Fighter, and King of Fighters, or something along those lines.
King of Fighters 14.
I think I did King of Fighters 14 just for like the sake of it. Just for the sake of like putting games up. And I did not do well. By the time my King of Fighters bracket came up, I was just like, fuck this. I just want to go and drink and hit the bar and just relax. Like, I don't want to compete anymore. I'm tired. You know, like, so I'm like, you know what? One game is great. 2 games is okay. 3 games is a little much. So, especially if they all fall in the same day. That's when it's really bad, because then it's just like, because then you're bouncing around. Where's my bracket? Does my TO know that I'm playing in a different game? Like, yeah, you have to. There's a lot. You have to communicate, and it's rough. Especially if you start winning in both of those brackets. You're like, oh Jesus, I have to go play in the other one. You gotta run across the room and have to run across the venue, dodge people, play in another game that I haven't played. And then play in a different game. Yeah, it's too much work. I don't know how like Dogura, who's like the champ of this, the champ of playing a billion games. I don't know how he pulls that off. I really don't.
Probably, like I'm assuming he would have access to like communities for these games that just grind it out on the regular, so it wouldn't be difficult. But then again, I don't know who he plays with. Like, I know that at least in New York City, like, I feel okay playing multiple games, because like Brooklyn is like just vast, like, variety of fighting game communities around, you know, French bred games like Melted Blood Type Lumina and Under Night In Birth. You have the NYC Tekken community. You have the KOF and Virtual Fighter crowd at Brooklyn Video Games. You have you have like so many different like communities. Fucking like, it's in.
Yeah, we're all over the place. We you know what? And that's kind of why I'm very, very happy. Would be the word that I would use. I'm very happy that I am part of the New York scene, because we have quite the scene and we have a lot of different scenes. So it's a really cool. It's really cool to have all of that, you know, especially when it's just like even if you're like, even if you just play Tekken, you know that like if you wanted to broaden out a little, you know, like there's not a like, if you wanted to broaden to like King of Fighters, there's at least a King of Fighters community within your state that you don't have to like jump through hoops to try and find.
Yeah, and like the same train you get, like the same like train, I think it's the N train that you go like to 36th Street where Next Level is. You could just hop on and like for another 5 minutes and you'll be by Brooklyn Video Games and Arcade. So you don't really need to even be transferring off different trains. Like hell, even like Brooklyn Video Games and Arcade is like a 10-minute drive away from Next Level. So you're not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you're not really losing out on much there. But man, you know, it kind of gets me a little jealous, but I also have to take into account that my city is not really a Tekken city. My city, like prior to the pandemic, like in Newark, it was a very much a Smash city, an anime fighter city. Like there would be people hosting tournaments for Blaze Blue Cross Tag, like Blaze Blue Central Fiction. They would have like Smash Ultimate, Melee. I think Project R, Project L. I don't even know. Wait, is it? No, Project M. What the fuck am I thinking?
Oh, Project that. Yeah. See, the thing is like.
Yeah, and it was. Wait, hold up. Yeah. So, but before that, but I was still, like, I'm still learning about the Jersey fighting game community. Like, there's like in North Jersey, there's a strong, passionate Street Fighter scene for like Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 2 Turbo. There's also an NRS community in Central New Jersey that still loves MKX, MK11, Injustice.
Right.
Yeah, so there's like nothing for Tekken really. It's either the places that are close to New York City or close to Philly where people start liking Tekken, because you know they could drive over to Next Level. or go
Right.
or drive over to Iron Fist Philly.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, because like, I mean, in all fairness, I think a lot of people had like their humble beginnings, especially when it came down to, because like for me, Smash will always kind of be my, like, I started there technically, because like I started in I played Melee, I played, Brawl, I did do Project M. I ran a couple of like Project M tournaments back in, from like a while ago. So it's like one of those things. It's just like, yeah, Smash is going to be everywhere. It doesn't matter where you are. Like Smash will be anywhere and everywhere. I know an arcade that does Smash tournaments. I think weekly, like bi-weekly even. They do. Out in Jersey, I think it's called Yestercades, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they still do it. They might not.
It sounds familiar. Like
Yeah.
the Smash scene that I was involved with. I actually came from Smash Ultimate. That was like my 1st fighting game community that I was a part of. Like, and over here there was a monthly that happened every like I would say second Saturday or something. And it would be held at Digital Press in Clifton, which is a retro gaming store that my brother worked at the time. And I think my first offline tournament period was a Smash Ultimate tournament. Like I think I want to say, okay, Smash Ultimate came out in December of 2018, so it was my first tournament was March of 2019. That was my first fighting game tournament.
Right.
Yeah. And I remember that tournament very vividly. Like, is it okay if I can share it?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah. Wait, what am I talking about? It's my fucking channel.
It's your freaking podcast, man. Go for it.
All right.
I'm just the guest here.
Yes. And the guest with a dope album coming out, by the way. I don't know if you remember the fucking...
Dude, that is I'm telling you straight up, that is so fire.
Yeah.
I was just like, this has to be everything and everywhere, because if it's not, like,
it's a missed opportunity. Yeah.
Yeah, it would just be a missed opportunity, is correct. Because it's too good. It looks too good. It's too fire. It's on all of my dating profiles. Yeah. you done did good.
Yeah. We'll talk more about these kinds of pictures after my Smash story.
Yes, go for it.
All right. So my first Smash tournament, I was training with my small Smash Ultimate community at my community college at Essex County and West Caldwell. So around that time, I felt like, the fighting game community at my college was, it was small, but we played a whole bunch of different games. Like me and another guy played Tekken. Well, a couple of people played Mortal Kombat. Most of them gravitated towards Blaze Blue Cross Tag and Dragon Ball Fighters and Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, and but the one game that everybody gravitated towards was Smash 4, which was a game that everybody played. And
right.
And that was we hosted like maybe one tournament at the semester before the release of Smash Ultimate. After Smash Ultimate came out, we almost all of us universally gravitated towards Smash Ultimate because everybody almost every day bringing their setups to the lunchroom at this small community college, and we would always be training and always be playing. And like I came to the conclusion, listen, I'm not getting any practice for Tekken 7. Like nobody, like I have no motivation to play it. I had more opportunities to play Smash Ultimate, so I decided to go for that game. And I didn't find out about this Smash tournament that was being held every month until I would say December of that year, because I want to say in December of 2018 they hosted their first Smash Ultimate monthly tournament like a week or two after the game was released, and
Right.
the turnout for that tournament was like pretty big for like a little small retro store. I think it was like 60 people.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, and you had people. Yeah, you had a lot of people.
Even at I because again I would play. I played Ultimate before. Well, did I play Ultimate? No, I was playing Tekken before Ultimate, and then I started playing Ultimate on the side because my friends were big onto Ultimate too. So they were just like, "Well, you should totally play because you play fighting games." And I was just like, "Oh, okay, sure. I'm not gonna say no. I used to play this back in the day." So even at like local GameStops, because they would do tournaments at GameStop for it, I would show up and there'd be like 40 to like 50 people still for a local GameStop for like my tiny ass island. So Smash brings out a lot of people. It's be very surprised.
Oh, I'm not surprised. I know the love that game gets.
Yeah, it's just insane.
Yeah, and like, yeah. So my brother Brandon worked at Digital Press at in Clifton, and like that place was one of my favorite like retro gaming stores like ever. I loved it, and the setup they had over there was actually pretty good for running a tournament. Like they had setups by the register. They had a LAN center, like a mini LAN center in the back. So they had a bunch of like outlets and whatnot. So it made sense to host tournaments there because they took that into account when with the layout.
Mm-hmm.
So I was there at the first tournament, just witnessing it. I was never a competitor when they first released it, but I did play a little bit with the casuals. And hold on, like I'm gonna tell you this. There was a guy at the tournament with the gamer tag Trump 2020.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, and he was the villain. He was the villain that everybody.
Of course he was.
Yeah,
he has to be.
Yeah, he has to be. You can't run up into Clifton with like Trump merch all on you, and call yourself Trump 2020 and not expect to be the villain. But
This is why gamer tags was a horrible choice.
yeah, well,
letting people pick their own gamer tags is a horrible choice.
yeah, but nobody gave him too much shit because he brought everybody cookies.
All right, so maybe there's some redeeming qualities.
It was so funny. I played him a little bit. He was a chill dude. Like I obviously didn't want to start shit on the Trump shit. Like it was. I thought of it as like a troll, like as a little meme joke.
You know what? There's probably a lot of people that do shit like that are probably trolling, and then there's probably some people that are actually serious, and I don't know
Which is which.
take it seriously or not, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just pull the whole New Yorker aspect, and I'm gonna let you do your thing, and I'm gonna dodge. I'm gone. See you later.
Yeah, I'm not gonna start shit. I just wanted to play Smash Ultimate and eat cookies, and that was it.
Exactly. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, so like you do you. Anyway, it was fun. It was hustling. It was bustling. I remember one of the TOs was just like he was like you know what? It reminded me of Helst. He was a really big, tall guy who with a really loud voice, and he was telling people, "Okay, listen, all of these setups belongs to other people. So if you steal one of them, you're gonna see me in the parking lot."
Damn. See, that's exactly how it should be.
Yeah, that shit was like
the decent controllers.
Yeah, those kinds of TOs, they get shit done. So shout out to Helst.
Hell yeah. Helst runs a very, very tight ship, and we are very proud and we are very happy that he has created NYC Tekken for guys like me and you, because it is very exceptional, and I thank my lucky stars about pretty much all of this.
Yeah, honestly, like I kind of want to take his example when I run my own locals in my city, because he runs the ship efficiently. He's got good people, he's got a good community. and I want to emulate that for my city, because I want there to be like a good fighting game community over here. Oh, but wait, I didn't finish my fighting game
Oh,
tournament. Yeah, so I was like setting up like all the things that I was like I was setting up all of my backstory before my first fighting game tournament. That's what I was doing.
right.
Yeah. So okay. So after that, after that tournament, I witnessed. My brother was running brackets over there, so that's why he was there, and I just started like taking it in, like again taking interest into Smash Ultimate and started playing it more and more, and I kind of wanted to compete in it because I felt like I was improving very fast. I had a lot of people in that school who wanted to they were eager to teach me, which I'm very thankful for. I don't keep in touch with many of the players or many of the people at that community college gaming club for a variety of reasons, but I am thankful for that sense of community and thankful for their eagerness to teach me the game. That's something that I think every local should strive for when greeting new players, because that made me want to stick it out.
Yeah, well, like I always say, and the community, a community is only as strong as um itself, right? So if you're not what's the word I'm looking for? If you're not boosting your players within your community, then it's gonna fail every time. You need to you need to keep people interested, and then on top of keeping people interested in the game, you also need to teach the people who want to learn, right? Like there are some people who probably won't care and will just, show up and play games and that'll be that, right?
Yeah, yeah, and there's nothing
But
there's nothing really wrong with.
oh no, I was gonna say there's nothing wrong with something like that. You want to go 0-2, man? I appreciate you, right? You don't want to take any advice from me? That's fine too. Just be chill and have a fun time, and I'm happy with you, right? But at the same token, if you want to get better, ask someone, and if they turn you away, ask someone else, and if they turn you away, ask someone else. There's someone in your if no one in your community wants to help you train, there's a problem with the community, there's not a problem with you.
Mm,
Like always strive for better. That's the point, right? Like if you want to get better at something, ask questions.
yeah.
Start asking questions. Literally, I have had Bloodhawk yell at me. This man has yelled at me because I didn't know that you could because probably one of the greatest ones that I'll never forget. Um uh I think Saint was here in New York City, and he was at one of our Tekken monthlies, right?
Mhm.
I forgot who he was playing against. He might have been playing against Joey, I think, or someone big.
Joey Fury.
He might have been playing against Joey Fury, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
I don't know if that's true or not, but he was playing against it was basically like grand finals, right?
Okay.
So everyone's watching, including me and Bloodhawk, obviously. So Saint was playing DJ. He wasn't playing Jack. He was playing DJ.
Okay.
And so he's doing Laser Scraper, right? Which is the double, which is like the triple, what you call it, the triple gut punches,
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah.
Yeah. He's doing Laser Scraper, but he's not finishing the string. Okay? He's not finishing the string on Laser Scraper. And I was just like, why isn't he finishing the string on Laser Scraper? And then I must have said it like too loud, right? Because it was more of just like a me comment, and then Bloodhawk heard that comment, and he was just like, what? You don't know why you don't finish Laser Scraper? And I was like, uh-oh. I was like, no, I don't know. And he was just like, because you can step it. And if he steps it, he launches you. So you can't do that. And I was just like, but doesn't it like push back? And he's like, it takes too long. and you're gonna not. And I'm like, he's just like, it's Joey Fury. He's gonna step it every time, so he's just not gonna finish it because it's safe. So I was just like, oh, that's why we don't finish Laser Scraper. So it's just like, it's situations like that where it's just like, you need to learn how, it's just like, you need to learn the pillars in your community and the pillars that will teach you, right? So like, even if they're gonna yell at you for it, they'll teach you, you know? So like, that's how I learn. Hell, just recently we were at Brookland and I was playing against Bloodhawk and I wasn't punishing. He was playing Lucky Chloe against me. We were playing casuals and he was playing Lucky Chloe, and I don't know Lucky Chloe very well, but he's doing like, basically it looks like Eddie's like where he goes into relax stance, like it's like a 1-2 kick and then he goes into relax and he can do something else afterwards. It's like one of his most used ever. Like if you see it, you'll be like, oh, that's what EVAC was talking about.
And Chloe does something similar.
Yeah, exactly, something similar. So now I'm not punishing it, and so after like the third or fourth time, he's like, punish me. And he's just like, punish that. What are you doing? You let me get away with it like 4 times. And I was just like, I could punish that? I didn't know. And he was like, yes, you can. You can launch it. And I was like, oh. So it's just like, you're coaching me during a match, and it's funny, but it's things like that really make me love the Tekken community, because
dude, you have
they're gonna teach you through tough love.
Yes, you have no yo. That has, like, somebody has done that shit to, like, FDX has done that to me. Joey has done that to me. Pepper Beef has done that to me. They've all done some shit that's punishable, and they tell me, why aren't you punishing it?
Yeah, exactly.
Even Trizzy. Oh my god.
I mean, I won't necessarily. Will I tell you if I'm doing something that's like punishable? And I mean, I guess I could, right? But most of the time, I'll only tell it if you ask. If you don't ask me, I'm not gonna tell you. Just plain and simple. So, if you're like, if I'm hitting you with, for instance, if I'm hitting you with an unblockable setup, and with Claudio, and if you're like, how do you, it's like, and if you're just gonna keep getting hit by it until eventually you're like, how the hell do I not get hit by that? I'll tell you, right?
Yeah.
But I could hit you with it 25 times, and if you still don't ask me after 25 times, hey man, listen, that's your loss. Like, some people still don't know that you can block, and I'm gonna throw this out there, guys. Guys, you can block down 2-2, even if I hit you with the first 2. You can. Like, it's been 5 years. Claudio, that he had that since season 1. You could block down 2-2. So when people don't block down 2-2, still to this day, I have no remorse. I have no mercy. I'm like, okay, you're just gonna let me have that free damage? Sure. Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Honestly, like, I haven't talked to Bloodhawk that much over the last year. But I mean, I remember going against him in I think it was like Scrimmage 2, I believe. That yeah. Well, for those who don't know, Scrimmage is a little training series that NYC Tekken hosts like every other Friday at Brookland. As of today, like they still do that. I don't know if they're gonna continue doing that in the future, but as of right now, they do that. And I was going to, I think I went 1-2 at that tournament, and he was the one that eliminated me. I was going against like his Ganryu. This guy plays so many. The guy plays so many fucking characters. The guy went.
He does it on purpose, but yeah, he does.
Yeah, he played like Ganryu. I lost, and I cursed. I didn't curse at him. I didn't curse him out. I just yelled "fuck." That's what I did. Oh, I'm sorry, Prince. Sorry, Prince. Like, my dog got concerned when I yelled.
Oh.
Don't worry. Yeah, anyway, so I just cursed, And after I lost, I think I shook his hand and said GG's, and I just asked him, how did that happen? And then he just explained it to me.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Ganryu is like a sumo version of Xiaoyu.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to describe it. ¿Qué pasó? Sorry, my dog is giving me concern. Don't not give me those puppy. Wait, what's going on here? Oh, it's got a knot in your fur. Sorry, my dog like is right here, and he's just acting extra cute right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would probably do the same. I had a dog.
Yeah.
Not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adorable though.
Yeah, and speaking of which, that's like my profile picture is my dog.
Yeah, which is, I was just like, I noticed. I was like, I'm sure that's your dog, right?
Yeah, it is. I love him. He's
From-
what were you gonna say?
No. After you.
Oh, I mean,
Your stream, remember? It's just like, it's your stream, remember? I'm just here.
yeah, like my dog, like I never really expected like him to be my profile picture among everything I did. I just did it because I thought it was a cool picture. Like I edited the picture in like Prisma and Photoshop, and I made this guy right here. Super adorable, nice colors. I like the colors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Very nice doggo.
Yes.
Very handsome boy.
Yes. All big dog energy. He is 50% German Shepherd, 25% Pit Bull, 25% Dalmatian.
Oh, so he is. Yeah, he must be a big boy.
Yeah, he's 100 pounds. He's a big guy. But, you know, he lets me cuddle him like a big puppy. So that's nice.
It's perf.
Yes, he's a big ass dog.
Speaking of photo editing, let's go back to the album covers here. What are you trying to do? Is there like a goal to this, or are you just like doing it because it's fun?
Mostly because it's fun. Like So I mean, I did album cover for Stride. I did one for you, obviously. I did one for like that group picture that B-San, Reno, Fear, and all of them did. I did one. I did a bunch of ones. Sometimes I even did ones for popular photos that were trending on Twitter, and sometimes I would get like 2,000 likes on some of those pictures edits I did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't get any clout or money. I just got 2,000 likes. So,
hey man, listen, keep doing what you're doing. Everyone seems to like it, especially. I mean, a lot of the Tekken community is just like, damn, okay, that's kind of a fire.
Yeah,
fire.
Yeah,
fire edit out here.
Yeah, these edits I like do. I got so good at doing them that I just got it down to like a science. I could do it in like 2 minutes. It used to take me like an hour to do it. Now I condensed the process to 2 minutes.
Damn. Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah, it doesn't take much effort now. It's just like download the picture, go to Photoshop Express, and you know, do my thing, and it's been pretty fun. I actually like never had any prior experience to like doing photo edits or photo taking. Like most of my photo taking, like I would do with like a Polaroid camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Polaroids like were my thing for a little bit. Like I like analog stuff, like, you know, like that's just my thing. Like I like collecting vinyl records. I wanted to start like a cassette collection, but
you're an old soul, huh?
Yeah, I'm an old soul, but I also like new shit.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
But I always appreciate people who like the classics. You know, it's important.
Yeah, but sometimes like you have to recognize that classics are being made right now, so you can't really like be locked onto the past. Very true.
Super true.
Yeah, like one of my like favorite albums of all time is fucking shit. Where is it? I was looking for it. Oh wait, yeah, it's My Chemical Romance is the Black Parade. I was looking for it. I thought I lost it. It was I wasn't there for it. I was like a kid when that album came out. It was like what 2008 when that album came out.
Believe so.
Yeah, so I wasn't there for it. I started to an appreciation for that album in like 2019. That's when like my I want to say like my most like emotionally vulnerable time frame was like for like September until December of 2019. So and that album just like put me at ease so much. It always
Yeah.
yeah, like I would like every day of like my commute to school was like an hour and I would just listen to that whole album every time. And I
Yeah,
should
you know what? That seems to be. I mean, it's definitely a thing for a lot of people. Like music, especially at that time frame. I could probably say a lot of people felt the exact same way, right? Like that was um, a very big time. But for like, it's why I still to this day listen to music, especially when I play games and whatnot. I always listen to music because music is what keeps me going. It keeps me like up and you know free, I guess, or like at least it unclouds my mind. So
Mm,
you know, it's definitely one of those things, and you want to keep yourself as like unclouded as possible when you're trying to play video games
yeah.
at this kind of level.
Yeah. Oh shit, you know what I just remembered?
What?
I didn't finish my Smash Ultimate story.
Oh, jeez, there's still more to that story.
Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be part 3 now of that. So we're just going to have to like I have to fucking divide up this shit and like okay.
Yeah, this is a big edit.
Yeah. So okay. Now we're at the point where I'm starting my first Smash Ultimate tournament. Jesus, we're going all over the place in this fucking interview.
This is going off the rails just a little bit, but that's fine.
Yeah. We'll definitely talk more about music after this because that's something that I think we both would want to go more into.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, now I'm leading into my first Smash Ultimate tournament. I've been training. The community has been very like at my school has been very helpful in training me,
Mm-hmm.
and I was feeling very anxious that day, the day of that tournament, and a lot of the people, I talked to, they were more experienced in tournament play than I was at that point, and they just started putting me at ease, just sitting down, labbing some shit out with me, and I told three of them that I was going, and three of my training partners at that school came to the tournament. I believe it was, I want to say, Nick, Tim, and Kenny. I don't remember their last names, so they're safe. Yeah. So,
Okay.
yeah, and we all went out to the tournament. And we all came separately. We didn't carpool together. I went there with my brothers, and like I was very nervous. And my brother, in a dickish tone, said, "Dude, you're going to go 0-2. Like you're not gonna win this shit. So relax." Oh my god, I love you, Brandon. You fucking dick. Yeah, yeah. So like that obviously didn't put me at ease, and I was just like,
No, that made it worse.
yeah. Well, I mean, it's that's just how he is with me. I love him. He just
I,
he wanted to like to joke around about it and whatnot. So, uh, so I think my first match, I was playing Captain Falcon against a Yoshi main, and I lost 2-1 in that set. And then I had to wait like 30 minutes for the next game, and I was just begging the TOs, when's my next match? When's my next match? When's my next match?
right.
And they kept reassuring me, don't worry, don't worry, don't worry. And like, and before I forget, I don't know if I'm gonna regret regret this, but that day was the day I came up with my gamer tag Buffoon. That tournament.
I was about to say, where did Buffoon come from?
Yeah, it came from that day. I was just like that day. We were all. You have to come up. Like everybody at the school was telling me you have to come up with a gamer tag, and I think I've told this story in my interview with Big Dame, but I'll say it again here. I was just coming up with a bunch of different things in my mind, and the idea I always came back to was the name Buffoon. And the reason why I like that name Buffoon is because I think it just sounds like a good gamer tag. I think it sounds good. It's short, simple, 2 syllables, gets the point across. And
Right.
yeah, and I like that. I like the definition of the word buffoon. It's like someone who just does, who isn't intelligent. You don't have much expectations put upon you, so you could always like surpass those expectations. So, and I like it. I just like the name buffoon. It suits me well. Like I feel like God just spoke through me with that name. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm exaggerating a little. God didn't, do that. I'm not.
Right. Well, because because my name came from a whole different like backstory with that. But
We'll get into it later.
we'll get into the late. Yeah, get into it later.
Yeah. And yeah, so I came up with that name. I misspelled it. I like it, buffoon is spelled Buffoon. I spelled it B O, I think it's Bofoon. And
Wow.
yeah, and the tournament organizers, they said, "Wait, how do you pronounce it? Buffoon?" Buffoon. And it's like, oh,
Oh no.
yeah, and they called me Buffoon. 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 And it's like what the fuck you, like, am I supposed to have like the handlebar mustache and like a loaf of, and a baguette? And a baguette, it's like, it's making it sound like I'm a French person. And anyway, everybody the entire time kept calling me Buffoon, Buffoon, and I got fucking annoyed. I swear to God, do not fucking share this to anybody at NYC Tech, and do not. But then again, I'm live streaming it, and I'm telling you, and I'm posting it on Twitter, so that's fucked.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was just like, everyone's gonna know. This is not a place for secrets.
Oh man, oh god, I could just imagine. Like, I hope, part of me, wants people to call me that, but I also know I'm gonna be annoyed as shit when people do that. Anyway, so so I was waiting for my bracket, and I finally got to my match with a Game and Watch player. In all honesty, like, I wasn't playing with my heart. I gave up. I just wanted to go home, eat some McDonald's and shit. But all in all, I had a great time. A lot of my friends were playing. They didn't. I think one of them made it to top 16, and the bracket was filled with like 50 people. So it was a pretty stacked tournament for like a retro gaming shop. It wasn't streamed. It wasn't anything. It was all offline. Yeah. I went home. That was like my last Smash Ultimate tournament, my first and last Smash Ultimate tournament, and I didn't return to playing in tournaments until my trip to Atlanta last year. Yeah. So there's my story for my first Smash Ultimate, for my first ever offline fighting game tournament. There. It's done.
Damn. That is a very interesting story, though. I will
Yeah.
totally admit.
Yeah.
I think the first ever. I mean, because my first tournament ever. I think my first tournament ever was Evo. Was Evo 2017, 16.
No local stuff?
I didn't know. So the thing with me is, like, I had no idea. I knew, okay, so the whole thing with me and like getting into the FGC and all of this stuff, was I had no clue about literally anything FGC related except Evo. That was it. I knew of Evo and nothing else, right? So every day I would come home for like I was going like every day I would come home from school, and if Evo was on, like I knew what days Evo was going to be streamed on Twitch. Like I followed that. And from that point forward, that was all I watched, right? I didn't know any other streams. I just know that stream, right? So after a while, I was just like, well, I really want to play at Evo, right? I didn't know of any other tournaments. I was just like, I just want to go and play at Evo. So the first couple of times that I was trying to go was like when I was 18, 19, whatever. And my parents were like, no, you can't go. It's like, it's going to be in Vegas. And I was like, yeah, but I'm just going to go and play, I'm just going to go play games. And they were just like, no, that doesn't make sense. You're going to Vegas and you're not 21. That doesn't make any sense. Like, why would you do that? You're not going to have any fun at all. So I was like, okay, fine. I'm not going to go. So I waited until I was 21. And then as soon as I hit 21, I booked Evo. I booked an Evo trip. That was the first thing. The first thing I did. And so eventually when I went, that's when I started to meet up with some people, and I made a bunch of friends there that weren't really Tekken related, right? And that was like 6 years ago. That was when Tekken 7 was still not on consoles, by the way. I was just playing Tekken 7 to play Tekken 7 because it was there. The next year, actually, hold on a second. That was the first the first year. The first year was 2016, and I booked it, but then I wasn't able to go. 2017 happened, and then I was able to finally go and play Tekken 7. And then by that point, I think I had it. It was on consoles, or it should have been because
Yeah.
5 years. It's been 5 years.
Yeah, it released June of 2017.
Yeah. So it was on consoles by that point, and I was training the day it came out. I was ready. I was prepared. So the first tournament that I ever went to was Evo. It was the biggest tournament of all time. And I actually played and almost got out of pools in losers finals.
Really?
Yeah. For the first tournament I've ever been to, I almost made it out of Evo. That's how crazy it was. So because of that kind of was just like, wow, I can do this. I can totally do this. Like, I'm ready for this, I really want to play this game, and I really want to get good at this. And I really love this competitive scene because everyone's so like friendly and nice, and all this stuff. Like I'm making a ton of friends, and people are awesome and telling me stuff, and it was really cool. So then I go from Evo to Defend the North, and then that's again where I found out about all the local stuff. I found everything out after Evo. So that's pretty much like the biggest, like my start into this competitive stuff. I just played games online. That was pretty much it. All I did was play games online. And I wouldn't even play ranked. I just play like regular matches with my friends. I played Street Fighter 4 with my friend, and that was the extent of my competitive like knowledge. I would like it started from like you beat all your friends, you beat all your family who play, and like everyone inside your inner circle, and once you beat them, where do you go? Right?
Yeah.
Well, now I'm starting to look for competitive stuff. And then you start looking at Evo, and then you start looking, and then from Evo you branch out. You start finding other tournaments. Oh wait, there's other tournaments? I didn't know this. That's weird. So then you start joining other things, and that's how you start branching out your repertoire of fighting games. And so yeah, that's kind of just been the thing for me. I was technically an Evo child. That was my first tournament that I ever went to, and it was crazy nonetheless. So that's why I go to Evo pretty much anytime I can go. One of the biggest reasons, because it was the one I started in, and it's the one I'll probably keep going to. because it's probably, I wouldn't say it's the hypest one. I would say hypest in terms of content, because it's usually where you get like announcements, but maybe for competitiveness, I wouldn't say that much. Combo Breaker, however, if you're looking for good matches, if you're looking for like the hype of the hype matches, the creme de la creme, you go to Combo Breaker for that stuff. Combo Breakers are always hype. Always hype. So that's why I pick those two every time.
Oh man, I kind of I want to go to those tournaments, but I have to, I have to like save up the money to go, because though I know those two are the most expensive majors to go to, like Combo Breaker and especially Evo.
Oh yeah, of course. They really are the problem is that's the issue with it, is just like Evo is especially ridiculously expensive. If you don't know like what to do and where to go, yeah, it could be super expensive.
Yeah, unless Big Dame gives you the hookup.
Big Dame with the hookup.
Yeah, you're probably not gonna be able to go, like, and afford it. Like, you know what I had to do for like just to cut down costs? Like, my hotel room had a kitchen, so I would just go to the supermarket and get some food and cook for myself for like NEC. That's what I did to That's what I did to save money.
I mean, that's pretty smart actually, but I'm the thing is with me is that my dad and my grandmother, travel agents.
Oh.
Or ex travel agents.
So they got the tech.
So they know, yeah, they've taught me some things. So I kind of figure out, okay, I know what to do, like get around some things. So that's kind of what helps me get to where I need to go without breaking the bank. Plus, on top of my work does give me like travel benefits. Well, not travel benefits, but like they give me like travel discounts. So I could use, so sometimes I'll look on those sites and see if I can get some benefits through them and maybe cut some dollars here and there. So that's how I'm able to get to most of the tournaments that I need to go to, which is pretty good. And then of course Vegas. Well, Vegas is an entirely different beast in and of itself, but I'm telling everyone, here's the travel tech, guys, and especially for people who are going to Evo, and if y'all like watch this, and if y'all are like, well, how do I get to Evo for next year or the year after? Play in the casinos. I'm telling you this. Play. Go drop $100 into a couple of slot machines. You'll get a room next year. You'll at least get some comps, It's important. So
are you sure you should be condoning that?
Don't go that crazy. But the thing is like the way I have, because for me, I go down to Atlantic City occasionally, right, with my friends and whoever. And when you play at the casinos and you have a card with whatever casino it is, they'll give you rooms. Now, they're not just for Atlantic City, they're for Vegas as well, because they also own, like MGM Properties, for instance, owns pretty much Mandalay Bay, Luxor, Excalibur, MGM, New York, etc., right? They also own the Borgata down in Atlantic City. So if you play at Borgata, you're also building up your tier points to go across to Vegas. So that's how I was able to get comp rooms at Vegas, even though Evo is a ridiculously busy weekend. I'm still able to like at least chop off a couple of, or it's like if they can't give you it comped, they'll give you a exclusive room rate because you're a member. So they'll give you at least like a discounted price. So that's why I'm not paying as much and I'm able to go, right? Yeah, this is only for Evo. Don't do this for like other places, but for Evo specifically, if you wanted to like try and maybe cut down some costs here and there, that'll do it. That's one way to do it because they want you back.
Yeah.
And they'll give you discounts so that you like, oh, okay, we're gonna entice you to come back. So it helps. It's It's nice. I wouldn't say like go down and drop $1,000, but go like just play sparingly.
Yeah,
Be responsible, people.
yeah. Be responsible. Be very
It's very important.
Yeah,
Like I understand a lot of you like to money match, okay? A lot of you like to money match, and all you have your cash apps ready and start betting on like who you like, who you like. Relax, y'all need to take a chill pill with some of that.
Yeah, you guys gotta chill with the gambling. However, 99% of gamblers don't end up winning because now they end up quitting early before they could cash out. So definitely gamble.
No, stop it. We're trying to be nice out here.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do it in a casino to where you can go out to Vegas, because Mandalay Bay is one of like the biggest ones where Evo is usually 9 out of 10 times going to happen, right? I think the only other time that a tournament hasn't happened was the one recently was the Kumite. I believe they had the Kumite in Caesars, and that was the only other time I haven't seen like a tournament in Vegas that wasn't in Mandalay Bay, because I think Evo's the only one actually.
Wait, are you talking about Red Bull Kumite or another Kumite? Or
I think it was the Red Bull Kumite, wasn't it? Or was that the Golden Letters? I don't remember which one it was.
Golden Letters happened in London. Red Bull Kumite happened in Las Vegas.
Yeah, so it was the Red Bull Kumite, correct?
Yeah, I don't know which one. I don't know which one that was in. I remember watching.
It was in Caesars.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was in the Caesars because they had to. Because here's the funniest thing: Caesars is not exactly. I'm clearly showing my travel agent side as I'm talking this, but Caesars Casino is very confusing, and it's still to this day very confusing, and they've done a lot of work to it, and it's still confusing. So
like confusing to navigate.
Yes. So they had to throw out a video on Twitter on how to get to the venue, to the convention center, from walking in through the Caesars lobby. That's how confusing it was, because people were getting lost. So it's like one of those situations. Mandalay Bay is super easy to get to where you need to go. You just keep walking straight. But for the most part, like Caesars is like a maze. If you get lost, you take one wrong turn, you're going. You're gonna be lost for a minute if you're not careful. So yeah, it's one of those kinds. It's like it's funny how things, but it's when it comes down to it, like you have to make sure you know what you're doing.
Sorry, I was just checking the Tony Hawk music.
Oh, and see if it's still going on.
Yeah, we got like another 3 hours for the Tony Hawk music. I found I found a 6-hour mix of it.
What is it like? All the Tony Hawk? Oh, I guess speaking of music,
yeah,
you have like all the Tony Hawks on there.
It's just the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 menu music looped for like 5 hours.
Ooh. Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, I've been playing it throughout. I've been playing that music throughout the whole interview, like under our voices.
Oh, that's super cool. That's perfect.
Yeah, but
so
now
then,
we're on.
Speaking of, you don't listen to music at all when you play games?
I've been experimenting over the last year on what works best for me in bracket. I don't really listen to music that I like. What I tried doing was listening to this. They're called isochronic beats or isochronic tones, and they're like music composed at a certain frequency to emit a certain response in your brain. And so I purchased them like MP3 tracks of these beats for like $2 a pop, sometimes at a discount if you buy in bulk, and you could get ones that are targeted for peak performance in like exercise or like studying, or for like just increasing serotonin levels in your brain, or even like just peak focus, and other ones are like targeted to like ease your anxiety. And those are the kinds of things I listen to whenever I'm playing Tekken. And you have to listen to the audio file without any alterations to the EQ balance, or else it will lose its effectiveness. They're made to a certain frequency, and if you shift any of like the bass or treble or anything in between, it's gonna render the effect useless. And I've been listening to those. They help me with my tournament anxiety and match. It allowed me to focus a little bit more. But I've also like took some advice from Joey about like these kinds of things. Sometimes he said sometimes that nervousness, sometimes that noise the crowd makes like helps you focus in the game more than anything else. And I found that out, that in some cases taking off my headphones and just letting the crowd like make whatever noise they're gonna make weirdly made me more focused, because my nerves were like to the roof, but it was just like that flow. I was in flow state. I was in a flow state in the game, and I was able to make top 8 at like scrimmage 3 or something because of that.
Interesting. See, because for me, I feel like I need not like the tournament anxiety. I feel like I don't want to listen to anybody. I guess I would say I don't want to hear like the crowd reactions and stuff. I mean, it's nice, but when it comes down to it, I just want to like have my music and my thoughts, and like that's it. So the music helps kind of like keep me going, keep me like awake and alert, because I listen to stuff that's just like, I literally call it, I made a playlist on Spotify, and this will probably make a lot more sense if I say the title of it. I call it the Rage Factor. It's called the Rage Factor playlist. It's literally filled with nothing but like metal, dubstep, and just like heavy rock music, because that's just what's gonna keep me like alive and going, and like my heart pumping, and like adrenaline, and like that's what helps me like get through some of the matches, especially when I need to like clutch it out, or like really like keep it going, like that heavy bass, or like that, you know, the guitar solos and stuff like that will really just keep like push me through like some of that like tournament anxiety and like those nerves, because I want my hands to be precise. I need them to be like I need my hands to be on their best behavior. Let's go with that. Like that's the best way I could put it. This is like I need them to like work the way I need them to work at that time, and that's kind of what helps. Like I can't be nervous, because if I'm nervous, my motions aren't working, or my Korean backdash isn't as clean, or I'm gonna miss something, or I'm just not gonna react properly. So I need those like really need those that music to keep me going, because if not, then I'm gonna drop something, I'm gonna like screw something up, and I'm like, that's the first moment of like trouble.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. However, when it's weird. Like I can't listen to music with like lyrics or words in them. I can't. It has to be instrumentals at least.
Oh no, I need the lyrics. I mean, I literally have like Slipknot and like heavy stuff on. I'm like, I feel like stuff like that really kind of like gets me going. Like I may or may not like, it might make my pop off stronger if I ever pop off, but I really do need like those like crazy like lyrics to like keep me like in, because then my mind will start to like go, and I'm like, no, I need to like it's like it focuses it straight on like, nope, we need to win, we need to do something, we need to go crazy, we need to like you know, make sure that like everything's on point, because if it's not on point, I'm gonna lose. And it's happened before. It's happened a few times where I'm like, I don't have music or I don't have something, and I will drop something or I will screw something up, and then like the whole thing is just a downhill swing. Like everything spirals. And if I don't have like that one thing to like snap me out of it, like sometimes it's a lyric or sometimes it's like a solo or sometimes it's something, and it like swings me out of it like during the character select or during something, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. That's how it feels.
I can't. I don't function like that. I can't function like that.
Hey, listen, to each his own, right? It really
Yeah.
is. It's the same thing with like the controller conversation. Like
Yeah.
it's what you're comfortable with. Some people like rap, some people like EDM, some people like classic stuff, some people like instrumentals, but
Yeah.
what you're comfortable with. Some people don't even like to listen to music, right?
Yeah, I mean,
It is what it is.
yeah, I mean, you could go from like Joey Badass to like Weird Al Yankovic, and it's
Yeah. Mhm.
yeah, and weirdly, that's actually where how vast my fucking taste in music goes. Like, I would like be listening to like hardcore heavy rap, and then I immediately like would go into like a Weird Al Yankovic, like hard right turn. It's like that's how weird my like how vast and how like how fast it shifts in tone with my taste in music. Like what are your favorite bands? Like I'm assuming, since you mentioned metal, like I'm assuming like Metallica, Iron Maiden, stuff like that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Rage Against the Machine.
Yes, 100%. Oh my god, if I don't have Rage Against the Machine, I will flip. Rage Against the Machine is amazing. But yeah, it's just like it's Iron Maiden, Slipknot, like Metallica is a huge one. I have Iron Maiden is probably one of my favorites. I have like everything liked. Even Dragon Force, and I know a lot of people are gonna be like, "Ew, Dragon Force, like what are you?" And I was like, "Listen, their music's really good. They don't just have like through the fire and flames. They're really good."
Well, I mean, to be fair, a lot of their songs I've listened to sounds a lot like Through the Fire and Flames.
Some of it does, but then like when you start going to some of the like modern stuff, like or like even like if you hop around a little bit, there's a lot of different things. But it's also power metal, right? Power metal has like that specific like sound to it, to most of its music. So yeah, a lot of things do kind of sound the same, but then a lot of things are like, oh no, wait, that's a little different. Or like
Yeah.
that solo sounds different. That's the cool parts about it. But
Yeah.
it also just always keeps me going.
Wait, do you
Cal
listen?
Neri, whoop, that was, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, Abby, do you listen to Andrew WK?
Andrew WK. No, I don't.
Aww.
Dude, Andrew WK.
Yeah,
I'll put that on my list.
Oh well, Andrew WK, like I've heard of him because of a Cartoon Network show he did called Destroy Build Destroy. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes, I do.
He was the
I
host.
do remember Destroy, Build, Destroy. Oh my god, that is right.
Yeah, and I found out about his music after the fact. I found out about his music from a video game that he guest starred in. He guest starred in a fighting game on the PlayStation 2 called Backyard Wrestling 2.
He does look very familiar. So I probably do remember Destroy, Build, Destroy. Yeah, no, he looks super familiar.
Yeah, has a very iconic look, a very constant look of nothing but like white shirt, white pants, white sneakers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, this sounds about right.
Yeah, and like his his album, his first album, I think it's called Get Wet, is like
Perfect.
yeah, it's a picture of him with a massive nosebleed, and he is so crazy. He fucking, in order to get that picture, he smashed his face with a brick, and
Wow.
he smashed his face with a brick, but it wasn't bloody enough, so they mixed in pig's blood.
Yep, welcome to metal. That'll
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. Yeah, his music is fantastic, and his newest album, shit, I have it on my phone. It's Music is Worth Living For. I think that's the album that he made. Andrew. No, it's called "You Are Not Alone." That's the name of the album, and the song, like "Music Is Worth Living For," is one of the best like power metal songs I've ever heard in my life.
Mhm.
It's so powerful, so positive. It's like it's hopeful. Like if there's anything, it's just hopeful.
Yeah.
It gave me like the message gave me it gave me like My Chemical Romance vibes.
Yeah, you know what? And that's like probably the coolest part about a lot of songs like that, or a
Yeah.
lot of like bands and things. They do, there's a lot of like cool stuff that that they can convey through music, and
Mm.
it's really awesome. And that's, another thing of like it's inspiring, and again, it helps to like when you're like stressed out about like tournaments and stuff. It
Mm.
helps when you like get to um this is like when you get to play your own music for a minute, and then just like de-stress, like
Mm.
take a deep breath, relax, like you can do this. And
Mm.
so I've really incorporated music into a lot of like my competitiveness, because it does help a lot. Like as I'm going to a tournament, I'll hype myself up. I'll play a lot of like, that metal and rock stuff to like really get me going. And then as soon as I get into like the venue, or as soon as I get somewhere, I'm like, okay, I'll play some casuals. Like I'll take off the headphones for casuals, right? Like
Yeah.
use I won't play with the headphones on. I'll just like that's the time to like relax and just, you know, think to myself, right? Get all like the jitters out in casuals. And
Mm.
then when it's time to play and in competitiveness, the headphones come back on, and that's when, the playlist comes out, and then that's where and I usually start to play like heavy, like the
Mm.
heavy stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a whole big like symphony from start to finish.
Mm. Yeah. I'm gonna hack into your Spotify playlist and put Hannah Montana in there.
Oh, please don't. Please, for the love of God, don't. Like, that would throw me off so fast.
Yeah. Yeah. Psychological warfare.
You're gonna
Yeah.
do it as soon as we sit down. You're gonna be like, ah,
Yeah.
I
Wait.
hacked in.
Yeah. I cracked the code. I cracked the code. Wait, before we move on this, like before I cut you off and spewed my love for Andrew WK, what was that band you were gonna talk about?
Oh, it's called Galfanarius, something along those lines. It's like I think it's Japanese, I believe. I believe it's a Japanese power metal band. I freaking love them. They're probably one of my favorites of all. Galnerius. It's like GalnerYus. It's one of my favorites by far. I have so much like by them. It's insane.
Mm.
So yeah, I there's a lot of good stuff. I just listen to like a ton of things. But the other thing is like I don't just listen to like the heavy metal stuff. Like during sets, or like if I know I have to wait a while before my next match, right? Like say for instance someone's on stream and I can't play immediately because you're in the middle of a bracket and every setup is being used and you can't play casuals. Um I'll listen to like James Brown or Stevie Wonder or Teddy Pendergrass and just like chill out and relax. Like I'll take out the oldies. I'm okay with, like that, or I'll even listen to like some lo-fi, or just to like relax, just to de-stress a little bit, and keep, and then all of a sudden when I'm ready to play again, we bring everything back out. So really, like music has become a really big part of my success, in a weird way.
Hmm. I feel you on like the love of music. I mean I actually enjoy listening to music quite a lot. Sometimes like I would just like when I'm not feeling like playing Tekken, I would just be on my bed, take out my phone. Like I have like a LG V60, and it comes with a headphone jack with a amplifier inside the headphone jack, so it makes headphone sounds extra nice. and I pull out my my AKG, I think it's AKG K20s headphones, and like I just plug it in and I just listen to some music on like and it depends on like the day. Sometimes I would listen to Rage Against the Machine. I would listen to Linkin Park. You know, oh, God rest Chester Bennington. God rest.
Right.
Yeah, and like I would listen to like Andrew WK, like I said before, My Chemical Romance. Like I loved rock music. That's that's like the first genre of music that I was introduced to. Like I learned the lyrics to Linkin Park's Points of Authority before I memorized a fucking nursery rhyme.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, you can thank my oldest brother Michael for that, because he downloaded like 2 AMVs of like AMVs. Like, wait, you know what an AMV is?
Um,
Anime music
maybe?
video.
Oh yes.
Yeah, it's for people who don't know, man, it's like AMVs are extinct now, basically.
For the most part.
Yeah, traditional AMVs. AMVs are anime music videos. They're video edits tied to a song. You know, sometimes you would like back in the day watch like a Naruto AMV, and it would just be random clips of Naruto and Hinata, and you would listen to Evanescence like Wake Me Up Inside, and it'd just be going rainbow colors and I'm being very vivid here. This is something that I remember vividly from my childhood. Like I was really into that shit back in the day. But those things introduced me to like a variety of different music genres, and my brother downloaded a couple on our Windows XP computer. Shout out to Windows XP. That was when, like, I'm going all over the place. Like,
Still better than Windows 11.
yeah, like Windows XP like was my shit back in the day. Like I would always like we had
Windows XP is still better than Windows 11 by far.
yeah.
I hate that we can't go backwards.
Yeah, and like, so like my brother downloaded an AMV where it was like the Street Fighter Alpha movie AMV based on points like Linkin Park's Points of Authority, and there would also be another AMV that he downloaded where it was that techno Mortal Kombat song from the movie. And,
oh yes.
yeah, and it would be edited to like Dragon Ball Z legendary Super Saiyan Broly, like the first Broly movie.
Oh, see, so speaking of the Mortal Kombat theme, right? I have to throw this out there. Have you ever been to Six Flags Great Adventure?
Yes. Are you saying that the theme song to Six Flags is made by the same people who made the arm?
No. So let me explain. At Six Flags Great Adventure there is a ride called Nitro. I'm pretty sure some people have heard of this, and if you haven't, it's fine too. But Nitro, you know, like in the waiting area to get onto the coaster.
I've never been to Six Flags.
Right. Well, have you been to like any ride or like amusement park?
I've been to Coney Island and like Wildwoods.
Well, yeah, it's not the same. So like, there's the station, and where like the coaster like comes in, and then you file in, and then like the next coaster comes in, and then more people file in. It's basically like the waiting room to get onto the ride, right? So as you're there, they play music to keep things entertained, and you know, so that you're not like waiting there forever, like super bored. But it's funny because I noticed the initial like dun 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 dun, dun like it's got the theme on there, and I was like, is that the Mortal Kombat theme? And then it plays the and then it's supposed to have like the breakdown with the character names like Kado, Sub-Zero. Like it doesn't do that. It takes the lyrics out.
Oh.
It's just a lyricless version of the Mortal Kombat theme song, and no one knows because it doesn't have the lyrics. It doesn't have the infamous Mortal Kombat. but for people who have heard the song, they're like, that is that the Mortal Kombat theme song? What the hell? Why is this like, is that a thing? But I guess it's not. The reason why I guess it's not like taken down, or they don't get in trouble, because technically Great Adventure is owned by like WB, so they can allow a lyricless version, but they can't allow the Mortal Kombat, the actual Mortal Kombat one. It's very interesting on how that is. I was like, that's weird.
Yeah,
But
there's like more than one version of that song. Like, there's a version of that same song that was made exclusively for the PlayStation 1 game.
really, like, wait, the Mortal Kombat 2 one?
Yeah, like there was a Mortal Kombat game that had a specific version of that song. Like, it has the same melody, it has the same whatnot, but it does sound different. There's like there's a movie version, the one that you would get in the soundtrack from the movie, and there's a different one that you would get in like the video game that they would have like on the PS1 or like the N64. Like, there's two different versions, and even the voices on those songs are different.
Very interesting.
Yeah, like you'll probably recognize the melody, but if you really listen closely, there's two different versions of that song.
Right.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
Maybe I should start including those into my Spotify playlist.
yeah. Yeah, I prefer the movie version. That one's lit. The movie version of that song is lit. That gets me hyped up. Like, one time, like,
Oh yeah, no, it's. I think that the Mortal Kombat theme song is probably 100% like the greatest hype up song of all time. At least it's definitely up there.
yeah, my personal favorite hype song is yeah, like, what I want to say Survival Tactics by Joey Badass and Capital Steez. That song gets me fucking like insane. It gets me jumping. It gets me like wanting to like shadow box. It gets me wanting to like hit the punching bag and shit. That song gets me hyped up. But if it's like a hype song from a video game, to me you can't beat like the vanilla Street Fighter 4 theme song. Like, indestructible.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, ridiculously good.
Yeah.
That is such a good song.
Oh my god! Like, I saw people, I think at like either Next Level or Brooklyn Video Games and Arcade, singing that song in the arcade, like, in the fucking karaoke machine, and I was like, "Sing it!
That must have been amazing.
Sing it! Sing that shit!"
See, because so funny enough, right? Speaking of stuff like that, there's so the reason why I started even listening to my own music in tournaments in the first place, right, was because people would always pick Training Stage, right?
Okay.
And I hate that. I hate it. I like what you call it, especially when like, because I came from Street Fighter, right? So all the time online, people would pick Training Stage or Training Stages or anything of the sort, right? Because it's the most competitively like correct stage to pick. And I hate Training Stage, not because it's Training Stage. I hate Training Stage because the music of Training Stage is garbage. So all of the music of Training Stage, especially in most of the Street Fighter games, are boring, and I hate them, and they're great. So I always picked like Drive-In at Night, especially when it came down to Street Fighter 4 and Ultra Street Fighter 4. Like, I loved Drive-In at Night and Cruise Ship Stern. Those are my two favorite stages to play because they had some of the best themes, in my opinion. When we were playing Tekken Tag 2, right, I wanted to pick whatchamacallit. I put like I think you're even able to change the songs that I'm not entirely sure, but oh geez, what was it called? Tulip Festival. Tulip Festival was one of my favorite ones of all time. I think I'm still undefeated. I might be undefeated on like my Xbox account because that was what I had it for. I was undefeated on that stage. Like, 100%. That was my favorite stage to play on. I would always pick that stage when I had the chance to pick the stage. Yeah, I loved that stage. That was probably some like the ones that I hated to play on were like the parade the parade stage in T2, I hated that stage. Like anything that has like ridiculous like weird music, I despise playing on it. The Christmas stage, fuck the Christmas stage. I hated that
What?
stage.
What?
I hated that stage.
Oh, I'm
song
gonna
was
ban you. I'm
so
gonna ban you. I'm gonna
This
ban
song
you
was
right
so
now.
weird.
I'm banning
It
you right
was like
now.
such a weird stage. Oh, yeah, you're physically gonna ban me here. I was just like, that stage is so horrible. It's just like, so I started listening to my own. If I couldn't change the music, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna listen to my own music then. I'm just gonna supply myself with my own music, because if I don't like a stage, or if I don't like the songs that are playing, I can't play well, because it's just like now it's just like in my head and I'm listening to it and I'm like, just get it out. I'd rather listen to no music than music at that point. So that's why I always pick Domo di Cero, because Domo di Cero has amazing music, has like probably one of my favorite themes of all time. It's not just because it's Claudio's stage, but it's kind of ironic that it's Claudio's stage and it's also has some of the best music of all time within that stage. So I pick that when I can listen in, because it's just like I listen to that and I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I want to listen to and I'm ready to play, stuff like that. I hate it when people pick like the grid, like what like
Oh, that lifeless
the
stage.
oh yeah, the 1 in 7, the worst theme ever. I feel so I feel like the worst player in existence. I am like, I don't even want to play this. That's exactly how I feel. Like when someone, like when the grid or whatever, I don't even know what it's called. It's like the critical something or other. Because I try to avoid it so much. Whenever that stage is on, I almost feel like I just want to like toss my controller. Like, I don't, just take the round. I don't even care. I won't play on the stage. Like, screw it. Especially if I have to listen to it. Like when you're playing online, I'm like, ugh. Just screw it. I don't even want to play. So it's just like, that's how big of an impact music has on me. And I know there's a couple of other people out there that kind of feel the same way. I haven't met a lot of people though that feel this way, but that's probably one of like the biggest things for me. It's just like, if the music's not there, like I'm literally like, I can't get jiggy with this, it's
Yeah.
literally how I feel.
Honestly, like I mean, Kaiser. You know Kaiser?
Yes, I do know Kaiser.
Yeah, Kaiser's the same way when it comes to like music. He likes listening to music when he plays. Like like he tells me like and tells people on the stream like he likes listening to like anime music, like music from like animes that he's watched, or like from the Hatsune Miku game that he sometimes streams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like he really gets into it while listening to music. So that's another player I could think of that has the same quirk for tournaments.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad I'm not the only one who's just like, well, I'm glad I'm not the one that feels super weird by this,
I mean, I do the same thing too, but like I don't listen to my favorite music. When I listen to music that gives me like a mental edge, like a mental like stability, a mental edge, because like those isochronic beats I was telling you about earlier, like can trigger different like mental like habits, mental like alertness, or you could relax you. It could do a lot of different reactions out of you, depending on the track you put on. Sorry about the burp.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah, so that kind of stuff I can relate to, because like at a certain point, like I needed it to help me focus in the game, but like I'm trying to steer away from it. I'm trying to steer away from using those kinds of things when I can, because like I want to play with, like, I'm not always gonna have like my headphones. I'm not gonna always have that. Like, even though I always carry like my noise canceling headphones, like my Anker Q35 headphones, and like I also carry a pair of earbuds on my keychain. I personally like, if I can stay away from my music, like I will, because I'm trying to train myself to not need it. Like I needed it for a moment, like my first year, but now I'm trying to like get away from it and like practice a lot of other things that help me focus with the game, like meditation, or like like these like that little note I have on my thumb pro to like remind me what to focus on like in the game.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm trying to like develop a whole bunch of different habits to help me focus in on the game that where I don't need to block out sound. But if I need it, it's gonna be there for me.
Nah, because like for me, and the other thing is too is like recently, I've been trying to play with my earbuds that I usually use for work, right? And they're Bluetooth. They're really good headphones. I really like to use them, but they're Bluetooth. And because there's so much Bluetooth like
Interference.
correct. Since there's so much Bluetooth interference, I can't like it'll cut out every so often when I'm in the middle of playing. So I was just like, what the frick? Like I can't like pay attention to the game because every time I'm trying to pay attention, it's gonna like it cuts out. Like the music plays and then it cuts out, then it plays again, and then it cuts out.
Oh,
God damn it! Like that's so annoying.
That's
So
why.
like,
That's why I go wired. Sometimes, like wired cuts out that.
The problem is that my freaking phone doesn't have a wire.
Yeah,
to
fuck
connect
you,
it to.
Apple. Fuck you, Apple.
So now I can't even do that. But at the same token, now I have like I bought myself like over the ear headphones, like noise canceling headphones, and they work wonders. I'm never leaving my house without these ever again if I am going to a tournament. If I'm going to a tournament, I'm bringing them with me because that's the best way I'm going to be able to like get rid of like all the noise, focus on the music, and just like play my ass off. And I'm ready for it.
Wait, what brand of headphones is it? Like Sony or something?
Sony.
Oh,
They're Sony brand.
oh, I know which ones you're talking about. My brother has the same pair, a really good pair of wireless headphones. Those things are like fucking like what, $200-$300?
They cost me a pretty penny, yeah. But you know what? I'm thankful that I'm happy I bought them because I'm like they're worth every penny.
Yeah.
The thing is that I'm like, okay, if I didn't get it, if I got them and they were like, they were just hyped up. Like I'll know if they're just hyped up. But I was just like, I brought it out to a local recently, and I was just like, this is gonna be the test.
All right.
Right?
Rob him, take that shit.
No, don't you dare, please.
Yeah. Rob him.
Please no. I beg of you. But
get pepper spray. Get pepper spray.
Yeah, dude, yeah, right.
Oh wait, that's actually a good. But okay, finish what you're talking about. I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, but like the thing is, like I have the like that's the testing grounds is the local, obviously, because we all know how loud that shit can get.
Oh yeah.
So I was just like, let me put them on while I play and see how. And I heard nothing but the music, and that is exactly what I need. I just need that alone. So it's perfect. So yeah, I'm very happy with the buy.
Yeah, I got the Anchor ones I got work pretty well. I'm not gonna lie, sometimes there's like cut off because of Bluetooth interference, and that annoys the shit out of me. So that's why I always keep a pair of earbuds and like a case they're tied to my keychain because sometimes I just I don't want interference. Like I just plug that shit in my phone, I listen, and they sound pretty good too. Yeah, and I think I think we could still squeeze in more time for the music because like I don't think we talked about like some of our favorite artists and talked about like how music affects us how we play. But I think I want to talk albums right now. Like what is your like favorite album? Like you could always like what are your favorite albums you could always go listen to back and forth fully?
Ooh. I might have to look for that one. That's heavy. I have a lot because like I have a lot of albums. Are we talking any album?
Like albums that you've listened to multiple times.
Albums that I've listened to multiple times.
Anyone that come to mind?
I think there's one. hold on, let me see if I can find. I think it's it might be under. I think it's raw. Bum, bum, bum. I'm trying to look. I think it's. Which one is it? Oh geez. Not too loud. There it is. Black Sun by Raw. Like that whole album is probably one of my favorites of all time. I can listen. I love every single song that is on this album.
Okay.
It's Black Sun remastered by Raw.
Okay. Do an elevator pitch. Like, let's say I never heard of him. How would you sell this album to me?
Oh, oh, geez. So, if you, well, first off, they're a rock band. That's number one. Number two, so if they're not like super heavy, they're like a very good mix of like heavy and not, and they have a very unique sound. They have like an Egyptian theme, obviously with the name Ra, but they incorporate that into their music. But they also have really good lyrics, like it's poetry. It's not just like lyrics like that you would write when you feel, but it's also it's very poetic. Some of them aren't. Some of them do have like anthems. They do sound like anthemy, but it's definitely the lyrics that stick to you the most. And that's like, if you're really for like something of like a lyrical or like a unique aspect, that's 100% on why I would like it. And it goes from start to finish. It is just a symphony of just banger after banger, like one after another. It is just gorgeous, and I could listen to it forever.
Yeah, hold on. Hi, Hoppin. Sorry, it's just a chatter, like one of my friends, like.
Oh
yeah. I'm doing an interview right now with EVAC, so you could just chill back and enjoy this little chat. Right now we're on a topic of music, and he's selling me on a music album by a group called Raw. Right, so continue.
And then the other thing is that like they do have some really good solos, and then they also have some really good like slow down stuff too. It's not just all like heavy metal. It's not just all like go hard stuff or like really fast paced stuff. Like they have a lot of like really good instrumentals. Not instrumentals, but like they incorporate a lot of different like acoustics. They incorporate a lot of like electric at the same time, and it's just a beautiful like piece. And every piece is written every piece is like written, every song is written with intent. That's why I really love this album like the most. Like Don't Turn Away is probably one of my favorite songs of all time by them. I personally love and they have like emotions too. Like some of them are like anger, some of them are like sad, and some of them are like there's this big like range of just emotion from start to finish. So that's I'll
probably check them out. I'll probably check them out one of these days. Sounds like an interesting album, especially with the Egyptian stuff that you're talking about. Like I could imagine what kind of sound it is. Kinda. All right.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. And I would like to share some of my favorite albums.
Go for it.
Yeah. Like I talked about it earlier, like one of my favorite albums of all time is My Chemical Romance's The Black Parade. That album, like I grown to fully appreciate it during my time in college, and I think I found the words to describe how I feel about that album, because I became such a My Chemical Romance nerd after I learned to love that album. Like documentaries, like about them, interviews with Gerard Way, and a bunch of different shit. But I want to focus on the music first. Yeah. So the way I would describe my feelings towards My Chemical Romance album, album is like, imagine all the imagery and aesthetics that are tied to like a gothic emo like aesthetic. Like imagine all of that shit like attached to that stuff. What do you think are the emotions that derived from that kind of aesthetic, from a gothic punk aesthetic? What do you think of?
Gothic punk aesthetic.
Yeah, what is like, what is that spirit come to you? Like what do you think it represents? What do you think the person who likes that stuff feels about the world?
Hmm. I don't know. What? I mean, what do you? Because I mean, you're selling me here, right? So
Yeah. It's just a question to get people thinking.
Right.
So in my mind, I picture someone, when I think of gothic, I think of nihilism. Someone who doesn't believe that there's like any point in living your life. Like someone who thinks ultimately everything in the universe is meaningless. I and punk, in a sense, is a rebellious genre. It's a rebellious like genre. Like fuck the establishment, fuck all the people who did us wrong. Y'all motherfuckers suck, and that's the feeling that I get from punk, and those two come together in like
The genre, by the way, punk the genre, not punk the person.
Yeah,
Not punk the Street Fighter player.
Yeah.
We're on music here.
Yeah, we're on music. We're on music. So I think that that album, that My Chemical Romance uses the aesthetics and themes and imagery and sounds associated with gothic music and punk music and rock music, that's usually tied to nihilism, that's usually tied to hopelessness, and they reinvigorate and they turn it into a message promoting hope, like to their audience, to themselves. Like if you really listen to the sounds of their music, you'll hear a range of like genres, from ranging from country music to sounds like reminiscent of Bob Dylan music, reminiscent of like fucking shit. Who's the guy who played Ricky Stardust? I'm trying to think. He's a he calls himself. It's not Boy George. I'm trying. Hold on. Let me look it up. Ricky Stardust. No. Ricky Stardust.
The professional wrestler?
No. It's no, Ziggy Stardust. It's a character played by David. Yeah, it's a character played by David Bowie. So, yeah. Like you have sounds like that sound like David Bowie. You have sounds that are reminiscent of AFI. You have sounds that are a culmination of like metal, like Metallica. You have all of these different sounds that come together in a sound that, like, I think is like one of the most unique sounding albums, one of the most varied in genre representation albums in terms of like what rock has to offer. And
yeah,
and I think that album, like, it goes through so many different emotions ranging from the regrets of your life to mourning the loss of love, like mourning the loss of someone you love, or mourning the loss of your own future, because that song, like, the album is based on the perspective of someone who's dying from cancer. That's the perspective of the album. And yeah, it's a very conceptually deep album. Like it's basically like a journey of a person going into the afterlife. That's basically the perspective of the album. And that game and that whole thing is and then you go into like that song, which is like the main song that came from that album is obviously "Welcome to the Black Parade," which is one of the most iconic songs of the 2000s, one of the most iconic rock songs of all time. And it's a song about a man reflecting on his life in the first half, reflecting on the lessons that his father imparted on him, and also in the second half of the song, he starts like it's the hope starts coming back in because the changes the hold on. Shit. Sorry, I just got a DM.
Ew.
Yeah, it's some. I won't. So annoying. I won't be able to go to the monthly at this rate.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was gonna go. I was gonna ask B-San to like, that would carpool with me, but changing plans. All right. And I was deep in thought with this My Chemical Romance shit. Okay, give me a second. Like, okay, I'll get back onto it right now.
Okay.
So, I was like in the second half of that song of My Chemical Romance, by My Chemical Romance song, "Welcome to the Black Parade." It's it goes into just this appreciation of the love, like, and appreciation and love of the family members that they lost. Like, if I remember correctly, the lyrics to that song was a dedication to his Gerard Way's grandmother who passed away from cancer. And and the lyrics literally go, "Sometimes I get the feeling that you're watching over me, and other times I feel like I could go. But through it all, the rise and fall, the rise and fall, the bodies in the street, and when you're gone, and when you're gone, I want to let you know that we'll carry on. We'll carry on. Though you're dead and gone, believe me, your memory will carry on." That's like, that hits me to my fucking heart. Especially like ever since the pandemic has started, you know. I've lost two people that I love to COVID. Two people that, yeah, my grandfather and my cousin. And like, when I hear that, and I hear it gets me thinking of them. It gets me thinking of a lot of things. And I appreciate that album, and I appreciate the message of that song so much because, you know, despite, you know, when you go on with your life, despite when you're, you know, going through it, like really rough moments of your life that you feel like you've lost hope, sometimes you gotta, you know, look back and start looking into these moments of appreciation for the people around you and for the people who you've lost, because, you know, their memory will carry on, their lessons will carry on. A lot of their like essence and their impact is going to carry on past their death, and the same is going to happen for you, because, you know, when you die, like, your impact is going to stay, and yeah, for better and for worse.
Very true.
Yeah. And there's a lot of shit that goes on in that album that I genuinely love, and it goes to so many different like places emotionally that I've, like, in my 24 years on this planet, like, I felt almost every single visceral emotion in that album, and I grow to appreciate it more and more as I listen to it, especially the last song of that album, "Famous Last Words," which is, if I remember correctly, Gerard Way wrote that as a dedication to his brother Mikey, who, like, at the time, like, and if anyone in here is like a My Chemical Romance nerd, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Gerard Way was a drug addict at that time, and Gerard Way was just so worried about his brother. Just he wants his brother to live his life. No, wait, I'm thinking of another song. But no, he did no, I was right. No, well, I was right. He did make that song in dedication to his brother and dedication to other people in his life, and he and the lyrics to that song is like, now I know. Oh, hot shit. Okay. Now I know that I can't make this. I'm just trying to remember the lyrics to the song, but it's just, it reminds me so much of my love for my brother. That's all I could say. That's one of the songs that remind me of my love for my brothers. And I just want the best for them. And when times were tough, they pulled through for me. And things have been very tough, and like, I love my brothers dearly for everything that we've been through and everything that they've sacrificed for me, and they love me for the things I've sacrificed for them.
The big deal. It's a very big deal. See, this is why music is such a big aspect in life.
Yeah, I think that's I think that's one of the reasons why I connect so much to My Chemical Romance, is because of this familial connections they have with each other. Like, Gerard Way is the lead singer, and Michael Way, I think, is the lead guitarist and backup vocalist for My Chemical Romance, and a lot of, and they generally view themselves as a family, and like, I connect to that so much because I love my family so much. I really love my family so much. We've been through thick and thin. We fight and bicker sometimes, you know, and it gets to a really, big point. But like, at the end of the day, it's like, we love each other, we support each other through thick and thin, and like, I know that most people most people don't have that. There are people who don't. There are people that just don't have that, and it's like, yeah, I mean, financially we're strapped over here, but like, we got thick bonds over here, and that's gotten us through a lot of bullshit over the years, and I'm thankful for that.
Some people don't have, like, sometimes you do have to look and you have to enjoy with what you have, and you have to realize, like, wow, some people don't have what I have, and appreciate it. It's a big thing, because not a lot of people get to sit at a dinner table with everyone there.
Yeah,
So
it's
a big deal.
It is. Yeah.
It's one of the things too, and it's funny how I say this, but how most things come back to, like, I guess, fighting games and communities. But really, the way I like to see how everything goes is, like, it's basically cousins that you've never met. I treat everything as like a family gathering, right? Because the way I see all, like, the Tekken community, everyone's family here. Really, it's how it feels like, especially since I've known everybody for so long.
Oh yeah, It felt like, it's been starting to feel like family ever since, like, the NYC Tekken holiday party. Wait, were you there for that? Were you there for that?
I was unable to go. I was trying to get back in time from Vegas, but I couldn't go. I got delayed 6-7 hours, and I was just completely unable to go to the holiday party. I wanted to go so bad, but I couldn't. I can't necessarily fix the plane. So
yeah,
that's what happened there. But really, like, the FGC events and stuff like that, like, I treat it as like a family affair. Like, everyone is like my cousin. That's how it really feels like.
Yeah.
And it's a joyous feeling. It's how it should be. And I understand that there's a lot of situations that don't turn out that way, and it really sucks that there are people within communities that are really shitty. But the fact of the matter is that these are meant to be like big joyous occasions, and everyone should feel included because we're all a part of this family for whatever game that you play, right?
Yeah.
And that's how I see it.
Yeah, I gotta be it, man. I love the holiday party that we had. It really felt like a family reunion. It felt like that, and you know, it's so. I'm glad that Health built a community that felt like that.
Yeah,
I'm
he's done a ridiculously good job.
Yeah, him, Kenny, Datagram, like everybody who works at NYC Tech and like do a good job to make it feel like family to me. And that's like and that I would like to say that means a lot coming from me, considering how much of a family man I am. And when I say that it feels like family, I'd say that's a good thing. Like it feels it feels like when I go to like a family reunion at like a park with some family members I haven't seen in a while, and that's what it just feels like. And I'm glad it feels like that. You know, I get to I get to drink beer with you guys. You know, get a chopped cheese, play in brackets, get to commentate and do all this stuff, and it just feels right. It feels like home. It feels like, you know, I'm grinding it out. I'm doing all this stuff to improve, and a community like that facilitates that and encourages that, and I'm glad that exists. I'm glad. Shout out to House, man. Shout out to House. Shout out to Kenny. You guys are the fucking goats. You guys are the fucking goats.
This is 100% facts, y'all. I mean, and I say this all the time, especially with like the 5-a-sides. And we're really like starting to go into some of these like situations where it's becoming more than just like our community is getting has like pride now, right? Because now we're like, wait a minute, hold up. We're taking our 5 best community members and going up against other communities members, like the other top 5s of other communities. Now we're like we're getting community pride. Like it's a big deal. Like this went from like a tiny local into like into
one
like
of the best one of the best scenes in America.
I'd say so. I would definitely say so. We have definitely worked our way up to that, to I would say one of the best for sure. You know, and I mean we did have like a 100 and something man, you know, tournament for a dojo, you know, for a couple years back, right? So these are big situations. These are awesome. And I love it. I love seeing the community grow to what it is now. And it's just going to keep, you know, it's going to keep a head of steam going forward because of, you know, who's in charge, and the community keeps rallying around them. It's an excellent experience. Like Helst, Kenny, you guys are really outdoing yourselves. And even if you guys don't see it, we'll fucking tell you. You guys are doing an amazing job.
Yeah, and I will buy y'all motherfuckers chopped cheeses as an appreciation any chance I can afford to. I yeah, I mean I was able to get for the first 5-a-side event I was able to get Helst a hamburger, like a double cheeseburger. Like he didn't eat like the entire day for that first 5-a-side event. Like he told me like he was so focused on the management of the event and like streaming it that he just like ignored like his body's like hunger, and until he took a first bite of that burger, he just gobbled that shit up because he was so hungry. And it's like he's putting himself in that situation because he's working that hard for us, and he's like treat your TOs like the goats they are and buy them food, because chances are they're probably doing that to themselves. They're probably not eating, they're probably not drinking because they got work to do and they're working hard for y'all.
It's facts. No, that's true. It's 100% respect. Like fucking respect your TOs, respect your locals.
Yeah, man.
But also go to your locals and, you know, tip your, and like, you know, go to your and, you know, respect your TOs. Like I'll double down on the respect your TOs part. Respect your damn TOs.
Yeah, and like we were talking about earlier, if you like your community, it doesn't feel like it's conductive to growth or conductive to anything positive, you maybe need to consider starting a scene for yourself.
Very true.
Yeah, because like not every
Or
offline
consider finding another one.
finding another one, and if you can't like start one yourself, because you'll find like-minded people. You will, and
Yeah.
it will be hard. I won't lie, especially you don't have like a blueprint or connections to anyone. But like, there's so many different ways to like connect with people, like like Twitter, Discord, Twitch. Even like I got like really connected with people on Twitch because like I was a Twitch chat monster. So anything is yes,
true.
yeah. So yeah, so if you're really eager to connect with other people, you gotta like be on top of it. Like if you have at least one friend that has like an interest in that game or something you're passionate about, it will branch off into finding other connections down in the future. And I find that to be true. Like that's what networking is. You start with one person, it'll branch off into a like two or three other people that you could like connect with. You're not always gonna vibe with everyone. You're not always going to connect with them, but there's always gonna be like a connection to a scene somewhere with someone you interact with.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
I think I don't know. I feel like we've pretty much talked like on every topic that's on our head, and we went through all the topics fully. I mean, yeah, we had some like
Deviations.
deviation, some tangents and whatever, but I think we're pretty much at the end of it. It
I think
feels
we crossed that finish line. I feel like we've definitely got a lot down.
yeah. Talked about music, talked about like our fighting game origins.
Yeah, some big stuff.
Yeah, arthritis gloves, Weird
Big,
Al.
big deal.
Yeah,
Again,
Weird.
everyone should purchase those. It's important.
Yeah, Weird Al Yankovic came into the fold somehow because
Somehow, some way.
I brought him up. Anyway, yeah. I don't know. Like, if there's anything that you wanna bring up, I mean, is there anything else you wanna bring up?
So one quick thing I should probably say, by the way. So I know how you are now the Way delegation president,
Mm-hmm.
right? So funny enough, I didn't put two and two together, and I was just like, oh wait, that's a Fang reference. I didn't realize that at first until you told me.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a Dynasty Warriors reference.
Oh,
And I was just like, wait a second. Buffoon plays Dynasty Warriors? I need to get on that, cause
oh, I do.
all right. Who's your favorite Dynasty Warrior?
I don't have like a character, but I've played Dynasty Warriors 2, Dynasty Warriors,
Okay.
Dynasty Warriors 2, Dynasty Warriors 3, and I played Dynasty Warriors Gundams 1 and 2.
Okay, all right. Cause I mean I played Dynasty Warriors from like 5 pretty much onward. So
I became a fan of Dynasty Warriors because there was like a demo disc I have somewhere in my house that had the Dynasty Warriors 2 demo on it, and I played the shit out of it.
yeah, 100%. I was just like, love me some Dynasty Warriors. This is dumb fun. So it was just like, I was just like, wait, why are you the? It's like you're the Way delegation. It was like, so you're just a Dynasty Warriors fan? I didn't even realize that. And then you were like, no, it's for Fang. And I was like, oh, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, Fang Wei.
I was like, that makes a shit ton of more sense.
Yeah, I've actually like that origin story for that that name actually came from like a April Fool's joke I made last year.
Oh yeah, that's right. I do remember the April Fool's joke last year.
Yeah, I said okay. I think I remember the speech. I'm trying to remember it. Hello. My name is Damien Ordonez, aka Buffoon97, aka Mash at -9. I am the current president of the Wade delegation, and after extensive labbing and research, we have concluded that Fang is indeed ass. And we dismantled this organization, and we will soon be rebranded as Filthy Fang TV. Now, this is for Mr. Harada. Why is Fang ass? Why?
What?
I said, why is Fang ass? Why?
Because but he is an ass though. He's actually
Yeah,
ridiculously good.
yeah, I lied.
I know we were all lying. It was all a ruse.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like that meme I said. It's like the way that like the enemies. Yo, you can't downplay your character for 5 seasons and expect them to buff him to the point where he's at the top of the meta towards the end of the game's lifespan. And then it's just like the way delegation. It's like, and it's like that clip of like the fucking Usher meme that goes like, watch this or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty much. I love that meme. That is a great meme.
Yeah. I probably aged this video a lot more with that reference, but who gives a fuck? I like that meme. It was good for while it lasted, but
No, I still find that meme hysterical. I think it's great. It was just like, and then people are still coming with unique ways to do it. And I'm like, perfect, love it. Keep that up.
yeah, well,
But yeah, it's. I was just like, I needed to know. I was just like, because Dynasty Warriors is such a niche game, and I was just like, wait, I need more people to like fanboy over this with me. Like, is there anything? Is it because I haven't posted anything Dynasty Warriors in a very, very long time. So,
well, they has. I don't.
Granted, they haven't thrown out any bangers in a while, but you know,
Yeah, yeah. I heard their last. I think Dynasty Warriors 6 wasn't that good.
It was Dynasty Warriors 9.
Oh, 9. Sorry.
It was Dynasty Warriors 9. They came out with Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. I don't know if that's any good. I haven't bought it, so.
I mean, I like that. I like that genre of games. Like, I think they made. I think
they made a ton. They made a Persona one. They made
yeah.
a Zelda one. They made
two Zelda ones.
They made 2 Zelda ones. Correct. They made 2 Zelda ones. They made a Persona one. Yeah, they made. Oh, I'm sorry. They made the One Piece one as well. Yeah, they're coming out with a lot of different ones, but they haven't come up with Gundam again.
Oh my
Gundam one.
Oh my god, I fucking played that game so much. Like Dynasty Warriors Gundam was like, my god, I played through that game like maybe 3 or 4 times.
Same. That was the shit. That was all I used to play back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, and Pirate. I played the shit out of Pirate Warriors 2. I played the shit out of that.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a really good one too. But yeah, I was just like, that was the whole reason I was like, I needed to like say that, because I was just like, did you actually play Dynasty Warriors like 2 like ironically, or like
Yeah.
was that the, because I was just like, if your favorite character was like Cao Cao or like Shahudun, who was also on the way faction, I would have been like, well, that just makes sense now. Like, you just double down, huh?
Yeah. I don't know any of the characters. I just played
That's what I was saying.
Yeah.
And I was just like, for me, that would have been hysterical. I would have loved that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Yeah?
I believe so. Don't think there's anything else.
Yeah. So, I noticed that we've had 5 viewers, no, well, not 4, that have been watching us. So I'll send a raid out to someone. Thank you guys for tuning in. And wait, before we go, is there anything you want to plug?
Just my Twitter, which is my Twitter, my Twitch. We just hit affiliate. Also, by the way, very happy about that. And yeah, pretty much the Twitter and Twitch both are at Call the EVAC. So very easy to remember. I keep things simple. Other than that, that's pretty much all I want to plug. And also, one more thing. Go to your locals.
Yes.
Support your locals.
Yeah, go to your locals, people. Go to your locals. They're coming back. Well, I mean, they've been back.
Well, they've been back, but they're slowly but surely coming back more.
All right.
And also, Harada Tekken 8, please.
Yes, give us Tekken 8. Give us Tekken 8. Yo quiero Tekken. Yo quiero. Okay, let me go to the creator dashboard. Manage stream. Okay. Raid channel. Let me go to I don't know who to pick. Oh, Jody the Great. Okay. Give me. Oh shit. Okay. Let me copy his name. Copy. Paste. There we go. We're gonna start the raid. And right now, he's streaming Tekken 7, so I mean it's a good place to end. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure to follow EVAC on all of his socials. Make sure to follow him on his Twitch. Man, just hit affiliate. Support this motherfucker, please. Yeah. And I gotta figure out a ride to next level on Sunday because I've had 2 people cancel on me because of other shit, and I'm annoyed at that. All right. Bye, y'all.